Sir, you're charged with especially aggravated kidnapping. You're also charged with aggravated assault. And you're charged with theft of a firearm worth less than $2,500.
You're talking about stuff that is not relevant.
Hello and welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict, and boy, do I have a case for you today.
Why is the dog chewing on this guy?
I think they have got the wrong guy there.
They got the wrong guy. The dog was biting him.
He roughened him up quite a bit. There's a lawsuit.
9 out of 10 judges prefer watching the Recovery Addict live stream in their courtroom.
The fireworks are not done.
Now we're getting commentary on the case.
Is that correct?
Dati mihi Anglican, please. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
It's bigger than you. It's bigger than me. It's bigger than all of us.
Good morning, welcome to the Court of Public Opinion. I am the Recovery Addict. My mic is loose. Let me fix the studio really quickly. Good morning, Kim R. First in chat this morning. Congratulations. You, my friend, are once again the winner of everything IP related. Yes, worldwide. It's your problem now, not ours. Just have to fix everything on the internet for everybody. All day. Bleach story, please. That's coming. Hang on. I need to build up to it so I don't cry. Helen Butterfield, welcome to the gallery. Thank you, Helen. Love that blue courthouse by your name. That changes colors the longer you are a member. Thank you for being a member. All right. We are... we will talk about... Let's sing first, because I figure if I break down in tears before the birthday song, that would be less good. So let's do birthdays first, and then we'll talk about Bleach. And what a great cleaning agent it is, if used properly. All right, I do apologize. I'm late as well.
Happy birthday.
I apologize because I did the gig. I did the gig for the city, free of charge, of course, because it's my town. I'm helping them out. They need the help, and second of all, they couldn't afford to pay me. So there's that. What they asked me to do, what I did for them, usually runs about $1,500. That's the going rate for what I did. It was free, and I don't think I got out of there till nearly midnight. It was like 11 o'clock, I think, 11 something. It was a long night. That is a long time for a town of 5,000 people to talk about garbage collection and electric bill fees and utility rates and development subsidies and costs. It was a long day, and I have to give a shout out to my daughter, who begged to come with me, and I warned her. I said, it's going to be boring. It is going to be boring. And she said, no, I want to go. She loved it. She sat there for 4 hours on a wooden courtroom bench and loved it. And she helped me set everything up and tear it down. So a big shout out to my daughter. All right. Let's see. We have, we'll talk about that maybe a little bit more later, but good fun. They want me to do it for a few more months. I've got to figure out a way to make it a little lighter because the elevator broke. I'm on the second story of an old courthouse, so it's like split level, 2 flights of stairs to get up to the... I'm lugging in, I don't know, 350 pounds worth of gear. And my back can't take that anymore. I can't. So the elevator was broken, so I had to lug it back downstairs. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Let's do birthdays. That's where we are. Okay, I was lost for a minute, lost in space, but I'm found again. Everybody, if you'll stand up, take a deep breath, shoulders back, project your voice to the back of the room, blend your voice with your neighbors, warm up with me if you will. La 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 la. There it is. We found it. All right, we're gonna sing to Barbara T. My cat's name is Karen. OG Boy Mama X3 and Marmaid. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Barbara T. My cat's name is Karen. OG Boy Mama times 3 and Marmaid. Happy birthday to you. I'm not sure if my cat's name is Karen is the full name. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just Karen. But, you know. Hey, my cat's name is Karen. My cat's name is Karen. Come here. Here, kitty. My cat's name is Karen. I'm over here. It could be. I'm just trying it out to see if it works. Happy birthday. Barbara T. My cat's name is Karen. OG Boy Mama times 3 and Marmaid. Thank you very much for being here. I realize there are a million places you could be, a million places, people you could have celebrated with, but you chose to be here with us. Oh, today is grandson TJ's birthday. Okay, we'll sing to TJ here in just a minute. Give me 1 second. Interlude. After the interlude, we'll get TJ on the mix as well. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, it's your birthday. This is the acapella one. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear TJ. Happy birthday to you. It all rhymed. TJ, happy birthday. Thanks for ending that birthday. That was a great one. Help yourself to free pancakes at Denny's, IHOP Village Inn, Waffle House, McDonald's, Andy's Grill, Tammy Dunlap's house, and Bob Evans. There you go. Thank you. I'll play this for him later. Wonderful. Happy birthday, TJ. That is awesome. What a great day to have a birthday. All right, it is after all Tuesday. So happy tax day. Oh. Another reason to cry. It is tax day as well. Let's do this. Let's finish the birthdays off with a big finish. Everyone grab your air drum stick. Sit down with your air drum set. We're hitting the drums to finish the song off. Here we go. Beautiful. Did a fine job, all of you. Happy birthday. It is tax day. There's good news and bad. My accountant texted me yesterday. This is how it works. My accountant texts me. She's like, "Happy birthday. You look good." That's not what she said. She said, "Well, you get some back and you owe." I'm like, "Yeah." And it's pretty much a wash. Which I guess is not a bad thing. I think I'm out of pocket $200 at the end of the day because all the fees, because there's like business annual report fees and everything else that she does for us, and beneficial owner filing statements and all that. So once you add all that in, it's a wash. So I guess tax day, of all the possible outcomes, this is not a bad one. It's not a bad one, but I get some back from the feds, which just means I gave them too much money. I mean, that's all it means. I gave them too much money. I get some back from the feds, and I give it all to the state, and then I pay a bunch of fees, and everything's gone. So, yay. Yay, go tax day. All right, Kay in South Carolina, OG, 27 wonderful months. Thank you, Kay. Appreciate you. Thank you for your support of the channel. You are amazing. You're amazing. Let's see. I guess we need to talk about Bleach before we go much further. We use, don't judge me here. We use a little bit of bleach when we wash our whites. Okay, like the clothes that are white that are supposed to stay white. They stay white because they get a little help from a friend in the wash cycle, and bleach does that. We had stored the bottle of bleach on top of the washing machine because it's right where you need it. You know, it was right there. You pour it in, set it right there. Everything worked fine until we had a load of laundry yesterday that was for some reason out of balance in the washer. And we have a vertical washer, which normally doesn't go out of balance. Like it's the horizontal load, the front load type. And at some point between when we started the load of laundry and about, 6 hours later when we decided to put it in the dryer, the bottle of bleach migrated from the top to the edge and then to the ground. And it decided to distribute its contents in the laundry room, which you have to understand my house. My house was built in 1915, which means every floor in my house has two things. It has hardwood everywhere, which is beautiful, and it has a slope because there is not a level floor in my house. So there's a downhill and an uphill to every single room, and it spilled on the uphill side. And on the downhill side, where it's going to, is our freezer, our big, huge freezer, which we have right now. I mean, I'm not complaining, chock full of food, and none of it is good. It's like frozen peas. It's like some, half a thing of chicken pot pie. I think there's like a cut of pork, which I don't think we'll ever eat. There's a turkey that's been in there, I think, since we got the freezer. It's full. Okay, it is absolutely full, and it weighs about 3 tons, I think. I just eyeballed it, but that's what I would estimate. And that's where the bleach went. And of course, this freezer has about, I don't know, a sliver of space underneath. So, So I don't know what it looks like under there is the short of it. I have done everything. I've done my dangest, try to slide paper-thin rags under there to clean up bleach. All the exposed wood is cleaned up, but it still smells mighty fresh in there. It smells mighty clean. So I don't know how much damage has been done. And I don't want to unload the freezer, because to unload the freezer at this point, maybe this is too much information. To unload the freezer at this point, I would have to thaw the freezer, because the contents have become one with the freezer. You know how we live in North Carolina. Every time you open the freezer, cold comes out and humidity goes in, and then it freezes. And it's basically an ice maker. Every time you open the door, you're creating ice. Boom, ice, every single time. And so everything is sort of like, to get some, you really need to want it if you're taking it out of the freezer. You have to show up with like a chisel and a little hammer and be like, I think we're going to go with the orange chicken today. Give me a minute, I'll get it right out. And you can chisel it out of the freezer. You guys know this okay. Anyway, so that's where how big was the bottle of bleach? Just a gallon. That's all. The trial size. The bleach smell covers the body smell. Yes, that's one benefit, Jade. It no longer smells like death in there. That's good. There's no bodies in our laundry room. Who buries their body in the laundry room? Yeah, most of us have better places. All right. You don't want to thaw the body parts. Ice, baby. I need an ice pick. Anyway, good times. Let me go back. I think I missed a couple messages here, so excuse me. I think I ate a bug. It was delicious, nutritious, and tasted like chicken. All right. Helen Butterfield, welcome to the Gallery K in South Carolina. Also 27 months. Thank you very much. Teresa, member for 23 months. Another OG. Welcome. Kayla Newell says, so many questions. What kind of bleach? Witnesses, where did you put it? Was it splashless? Yes, it was splashless. Color safe? I need to know. I didn't know color safe was a thing with bleach. I'm pretty sure bleach gets rid of color. It was not color safe. It was the Walmart brand. So great value. Splashless. It's like the thick bleach. It's like slightly like syrup, and it's slick. Man, you stand in it, and I know you're not supposed to stand in bleach, but my feet are clean now. They are clean. Anyway, that was the answers. Skybell, also an OG, member for 20 months. None Scott Christina say Papa RA is for 20 months, even if I'm like a cat, always back to law home. All right, Skybell.
In front of the Walmart.
I love it. I'm not sure if spell check got you or what, but welcome. Congratulations. 20 months. Tower Hill Girl, also an OG, 25 months. Thanks for the great entertainment and all you do. I appreciate that. Thank you, Tower Hill Girl. Oh, man. Let me, does that explain all the stories? Oh, wait. Let me go back to my town. My town is amazing. First of all, I love my town. Ayden is a fantastic little community, and by little I mean about 5,000, right? Well, we're over 5,000 now, so we're not tiny anymore. We're growing, right? We're growing. We made the news this last week. We made the news, and we made the news in multiple states. because a wonderful old lady in our town had the misfortune of her husband passing away earlier this year. And so when she went to town when she went to town to get the utility bill changed from her husband's name into her name, they were helping her out and said, "Thank you, ma'am, that will be $450. And she said, "Excuse me?" And she might have said a couple other words. And she says, "I'm not going to pay that." And they said, "Okay, that's fine. We'll just shut off your power." Because her husband had the audacity to go up and die. And the power bill was in his name, so she was changing it to her name. That was it. Well, she went to the news, rightfully so, and the news spread, and we've been on the news in many, many different states. Last night, we fixed that issue where we charge people $450 for the inconvenience of having their spouse die if they're not listed on the power bill. So it was a packed meeting, to say the least, and a lot of apologies offered on behalf of those who voted in this policy last year. So, all right, yeah, not in a good way, but did a good job. Okay, here we go. We're back in Karen Reed.
Draw near, give your attendance, you shall be heard. On state the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, the court is now open. Jurors remain standing. All of the parties may be seated.
Jurors, can I get you to raise your right hand?
We need 2 more jurors
today. To make true answers to such questions as you put forth to you by the court, so help you God. Thank you. You can have a seat. May I call the case, Your Honor?
Please.
Judge, this is 2282 CR 117, the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. Can I have counsel identify themselves for the record?
Good morning, Your Honor. Laura McLaughlin for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Ms. McLaughlin.
Adam Lally for the Commonwealth. Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lally.
Good morning, Your Honor. Hank Brennan for the Commonwealth.
Good morning, Mr. Brennan.
Good morning, Your Honor. Alan Jackson from the street.
Good morning, Mr. Jackson.
Good morning, Your Honor. Elizabeth Little, also on behalf.
Good morning, Ms. Little.
Good morning, Your Honor. Robert Leslie on behalf of Ms. Reed.
Good morning, Mr. Alessi.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Yannetti.
Good morning, Your Honor. Victoria George for Karen Reed.
Good morning, Ms. George. Good morning, Ms. Reed. All right, good morning, jurors. My name's Beverly Cannoni. I'm a judge of this court, and I want to welcome you here today and give you some idea on how we think your day is going to shape up. As you've heard, we're impaneling a criminal case, Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. But before we begin, I want to thank you for your service here today and for your patience. Jury service is certainly one of the most important duties we have as citizens, and we simply couldn't work without you. The system would fail. So we really appreciate that you're here, ready, willing, and able to serve if called upon to do so.
We need 2 more today. 2 more.
Now, in this case, the Commonwealth alleges that at approximately 6 a.m. on January 29, 2022, the Canton Police Department received a 911 call reporting an unresponsive male party in the snow outside a residence at 34 Fairview Road in that town. Officers responded and discovered the man, later identified as John O'Keefe, off the roadway in the front lawn area. Officers identified 3 women with Mr. O'Keefe, one of whom was the defendant, Karen Reed, the girlfriend of Mr. O'Keefe. The defendant had been with Mr. O'Keefe the previous evening at 2 different bars in Canton and had driven with him to his residence in the early morning hours of this date. Mr. O'Keefe was treated by paramedics from the Canton Fire Department and transported to the Good Samaritan Medical Center, where he subsequently was pronounced deceased. The Commonwealth alleges that the defendant struck Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle earlier that morning and then left the scene while Mr. O'Keefe lay injured in the snow during a blizzard. Ms. Reed denies these allegations. She is presumed to be innocent and has pled not guilty.
She's reading this
Ms.
to the
Reed
potential
is charged
jurors.
with second-degree murder. The defendant is also charged with manslaughter while operating a motor vehicle under the influence and leaving the scene after causing personal injury or death. I'll describe these crimes in greater detail at the end of the case when I teach the jury the law, but briefly, murder is the unlawful killing of a human being. There are various ways in which the Commonwealth can prove a murder case, and the Commonwealth is permitted to proceed under all theories it believes it can prove. Here, the Commonwealth alleges that the defendant committed murder and that murder was murder in the second degree. In order to prove Ms. Reed guilty of second-degree murder, the Commonwealth must prove beyond a reasonable doubt that she committed an unlawful killing and that it was done with malice. In comparison, involuntary manslaughter is an unintentional, unlawful killing caused by wanton or reckless conduct. These terms and the elements of the crimes will be explained to you in detail at the end of the case before you begin your deliberations. Now, at the outset, I would like to address the issue of public interest in this case and the duty of this court to adhere to the rule of law. John Adams said that we are a government of laws, not of men, and that the law must be deaf to the clamoring of the public. He meant that while public opinion about a given subject may ebb and flow, the law must be steady, reliable, and even-handed. We know that on the subject of this case, there are people advocating for one outcome or another with intensity, but without the benefit of having heard or seen any evidence at all in this case. The law works in a different way, and the difference is crucial to our system of justice. The jurors selected for this trial will hear and judge the evidence. They will decide what the facts are, and where the evidence is contested, they will determine where the truth lies. Ultimately, the jury will decide whether the Commonwealth has carried its burden of proving that the defendant is guilty of any crime beyond a reasonable doubt. People outside of this building have rights, and we know that they have voices, but this criminal trial will be decided by an independent jury, free from outside interference, based only upon the evidence presented in this courtroom and the law. This is the only way to ensure that every person who comes before the court receives a fair trial. It is just that simple and that important. So, while public comment will likely continue, the rule of law will be upheld. In order to determine your eligibility to serve on this case, I'm going to ask you a series of questions as a group, and then I'm going to ask you to fill out a supplemental questionnaire. We have found that the use of this questionnaire is helpful for several reasons. First, there are some personal questions on it, and we ask that you be candid. In addition, the process of filling out the questionnaire provides the opportunity to be more reflective as you answer the questions, rather than being put on the spot and asked to give immediate answers. After you fill out the questionnaire, we will have each one of you come up to the sidebar one at a time so that we can follow up with you on your answers to that questionnaire and to my questions. I want to thank you in advance for your patience as we go through this process. As you may know, the lawyers for the parties participate in the selection of the jury. Under our law, each of the parties has the right to exercise what we call juror challenges. This means that each party has the right to challenge a certain number of prospective jurors for any reason or for no reason at all. Therefore, some of you will be excused during the impanelment procedure. If you're not selected for jury service on this case, please don't take it personally. Don't think that somehow you're not a fair person. It's not a reflection on you at all. You will be directed back to the jury room and perhaps picked on another case. In a few minutes, I'll pose a number of questions to you as a group, and you've taken an oath that requires you to truthfully answer those questions and all questions posed to you. I'm not going to ask you to take out your juror cards yet. I'll ask you to do that at a later time. But if your answer is yes to any of the questions that I ask, at that time, I'll ask you to raise your hand, and you'll hold up your juror card in the air with the numbers facing out so that the court officer can read it. The fact that you answer yes to one of my questions does not mean that you're automatically disqualified from jury service. It simply means that there are matters that the lawyers and I need to discuss with you at sidebar. If you find a question posed to the group overly intrusive, you may elect to answer that at sidebar as well. I will have additional questions for you which relate to the issues that may be raised in the trial and are designed to give us information regarding your ability to serve as a fair and impartial juror, and the lawyers are permitted to ask you questions for the same purpose. This is not a test. There is no right or wrong answer. We're simply looking for your best and honest answer to the question. I'm now going to ask the lawyers to introduce you, and I'm going to ask counsel for Ms. Reed to introduce your client.
May I, Your Honor?
Please.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Hank Brennan. I represent the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. I appreciate you being here. I'd like you to meet my colleagues.
Good morning, my name is Laura McLaughlin. I'm an Assistant District Attorney for the Norfolk District Attorney's Office. I thank you for being here this morning.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Adam Lauer, Assistant District Attorney with the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office. I just want to thank you in advance for your time and attention today.
All right, thank you. Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Alan Jackson. I have the honor and privilege of representing Ms. Karen Reed, who's standing to my right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Elizabeth Little, and I also have the honor of representing Ms.
Good morning. My name is Robert Alessi. Thank you for being here today. I have the privilege of representing Ms. Reed.
Good morning. My name is David Yannetti. I'm an attorney. I have offices in Boston and right here in Dedham. And it is truly my pleasure to represent Karen Reed.
Very similar intros.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria George, and I also have the privilege of representing Ms. Reed.
Good morning. I'm Karen Reed.
All right, thank you. Jurors, I'm going to read you a witness list. It's very long. It does not mean that every person whose name I called will be called as a witness. It means that some of the folks whose names are on this list are just people you may hear about during the trial. I ask that you pay close attention to these names because
it's a lot. Maybe we'll listen one more time because I know we've got some new people here. Here we go.
The list is alphabetical, but it's alphabetical by first name.
Which is a terrible idea.
Ayden Kearney, who is from Jefferson, Mass. Dr. Isaac Wolf from South Miami, Florida. Alfredo Lopalado from Canton. Allison McCabe, Canton. Andre Porto from the Massachusetts State Police Crime Lab. Andrew Klain from Bridgewater. Andrew Rentschler, who's a PhD from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Angela Malvone from Canton, Annie Chung from Canton, Anthony Flamati, who is with the Canton Fire Department, Ashley Bell from Canton, Ashley
This sounds identical to yesterday because it is so far. It is a new batch of jurors, and I want to listen to hear how many of them are familiar with the case, how many have a preformed opinion, that sort of thing. And then we're going to move on to other stuff today.
Is keeper of the records in Canton. Caitlin Albert, Easton. Lieutenant Charles Ray from the Canton Police Department. The chief of the Canton Police Department, Helena Rafferty. Chris Van E., who is a PhD from Novi, Michigan. Christina Hanley from the Mass State Police. Christopher Albert, Canton. Christopher Curran, Canton. Colleen Crawford from the Norfolk District Attorney's Office. Colin Albert, Canton. Courtney Proctor, Canton. Kurt Roberts, Canton. Daniel Whitley from the Canton Fire Department. Daniel Wolf, who is a PhD from Penns Park, Pennsylvania. Derek Ellington from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Dr. Marie Russell from Los Angeles. Dr. Elizabeth Lopasada, who is from Providence. Elizabeth Proctor, Canton. Eric Hanlon, Canton. Erin Beatty, Canton. Erin O'Keefe from West Bridgewater. Francis Walsh from the Canton Fire Department. Garrett Wing from Green Cove Springs, Florida. Gary Fowler from Brockton. Gregory Woodbury from the Canton Fire Department. Gretchen Voss, Boston. Hannah Knowles from the State Police Crime Lab. Heather Maxson from Walpole. Erabito Hernandez from the Boston Police Department. Holly Price from Mountain View, California. Ian Whiffen from Vienna, Virginia. Dr. Irene Scorti-Bello, who is with the Chief Medical Examiner's Office in Massachusetts. James Crosby, who is a PhD from Jacksonville, Florida. Janet Reed from Dighton. Jason Becker from the Canton Fire Department. Jean DeMoulis from Canton. Jennifer McCabe, Canton. Jessica Hyde from Bridgeport, New York. John O'Keefe Sr., who lives in Braintree. Judson Welcher, who's a PhD with a company called Aperture, LLC. Julie Albert, Canton. Julie Nagel, Canton. Dr. Justin Rice from South Weymouth. There are two juveniles who may be witnesses in this case. They both are from Canton, and the first one's initials are KF, and the second one's initials are PF. Caitlin Boudreau from Raynham, Karina Kolakithas, Canton, Katie Camerano, Canton, Katie McLaughlin from the Canton Fire Department. Keeper of the records for Ring from Hawthorne, California. Kerry Curran, Canton, Kerry Roberts, Canton, Kevin Albert, Canton, Kevin O'Hara from the Mass State Police. Lance Mello from the State Police Crime Lab. Laura Sullivan, Pembroke, Laurie Cahill, Worcester, Leslie Pearlstein, Canton, Lieutenant Michael Lank from the Canton Police Department, Louis Jutras, Canton, Lieutenant Brian Tully and Lieutenant John Fanning, both from the Massachusetts State Police, Lieutenant Paul Gallagher, Canton Police Department, Maggie Gaffney from Bonita Springs, Florida, Mark Lopalato from Canton, Margaret O'Keefe from Canton, Marietta Sullivan, Pembroke, Mary Souza, Dighton, Matthew Amory, Canton, Matthew DeSogra from Charlotte, North Carolina, Matthew Erickson from Grosse Pointe Farms, Michigan, Matthew Kelly from the Canton Fire Department, Matthew Kelsch from the FBI, Matthew McCabe, Canton, Maureen Harnett from the State Police Crime Lab, Megan Mariani from New York, New York, Michael Camerano, Canton, Michael Easter, Los Angeles, Michael Trotter from the Canton Public Works Department, Michael Wagner, Foxborough, Mike Meroli, from Bridgewater, Mike Rushworth from Thompson Station, Tennessee, Natalie Wyweek, Berschneider from San Marino, California, Nathan Reed, Raynham, Nicholas Bradford, Lorton, Virginia, Nicholas Curran, West Roxbury, Nicholas Kolakithas, Canton, Nicole Albert, Norwood, Norfolk County District Attorney Michael Morrissey, Officer Kelly Deaver from the Boston Police Department, Officer Nicholas Barrows from the Dighton Police Department, Patrick Haggerty, Somerset, Paul Makowski from Melrose, Paul O'Keefe from Canton, Rebecca Bazin, Canton, Rebecca Trayers from Norfolk, Dr. Renee Stonebridge, who is also from the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner in Boston, Richard Green, St. Pete Beach, Florida, Richard Donatino from
Let me
Canton.
turn this down for a second. There are 54 potential jurors there in court today. We have 16 that have been selected already from previous groups. We need 2 more before we're ready to begin. I just wanted to clarify that. The 16 is how many have already been selected and been seated on the jury. They lost one yesterday and they gained one yesterday, so that was a wash. If we can get 2 more out of this mix, we should start tomorrow maybe.
From South Lake, Texas, Cheryl Waugh from Canton, Sophie Herzan from the State Police Crime Lab, Stephanie Devlin, also from the Crime Lab, Stephen Mullaney, Canton Police Department, Steve Nelson from the Norfolk County DA's office, Stephen Bernstein, who is a keeper of the records in Stoughton, Stephen Ridge, Boston Police Department, Stephen Seraph, Canton Police Department, Stephen Scanlon, West Roxbury, Terry Kuhn, who is from Davis, California, Tess Chart from Lorton, Virginia, Thomas Beatty from Canton, Thomas Kelleher, Canton, Thomas Martin, Weymouth, Timothy Nuttall from the Canton Fire Department, Tristan Morris from Easton. The following are Massachusetts State Police troopers: Trooper Connor Keefe, Trooper David DeChico, Trooper Evan Brent, Trooper Jeffrey Koskowski, Trooper Joseph Paul, Trooper Kathleen Prince, Trooper Michael Proctor, Trooper Nicholas Garino, Trooper Zachary Clark, Wendell Robery from Canton, and William Reed from North Dighton, Mass.
Wow, long list.
So there are a lot of witnesses, so you know that this is going to be a long trial. We're in the process of impaneling a jury. We began a while ago, and we're getting close. So I don't know when we will get a jury, but once we get a jury, when we start the evidence, I am told by the lawyers that the evidence is expected to take 6 to 8 weeks. After that, you'll hear the lawyers on closing arguments. I will instruct you on the law, and the jury will begin deliberations, and the jury can deliberate for as long as they need to deliberate. So that's our schedule, our time schedule. It is a good faith estimate. Sometimes cases go longer, sometimes they're shorter. What I can tell you is at every jury trial, at the end of the day, I tell the jurors whether we are on track, whether we are ahead of schedule, or whether we're behind schedule. And I have not had to say that we are behind schedule, I think, ever. So we make every effort to make the best use of your time because we know how important your time is to you. The daily schedule will be that we'll start at 9 o'clock in the morning. We'll take a break for about 15 or 20 minutes, sometime around 11 o'clock. Then we'll break for lunch sometime around 1 o'clock. Lunch will be brought in for you folks every day. Again, it's an effort to make efficient use of your time so you don't have to walk down to the center and come back. The lunch and break will be about 30, 40 minutes each day, and then we'll go until about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. If we go any later, I always ask the jury if it's okay with them if we go later. So the latest we would go would be 4:30 if we wanted to finish up a witness. So that's our schedule. There will be a few days and few half days in there sprinkled throughout, and I'll give those dates to the seated jurors at the time. So that's the schedule we'll be working from. Now, it might help if I give you a preview now about some basic law that applies to criminal cases like this. It's my job to teach the jury the law at the end of the case, but for now, I'll give you a very brief summary of some very important constitutional principles that will govern this trial. First, and most basically, Ms. Reed starts this trial presumed to be innocent. The fact that she was arrested or that she was indicted is not proof of anything. An indictment is simply a piece of paper. It just makes an accusation. An indictment is a formal manner of bringing a case of a person accused of a crime before the Superior Court in this case. But it is only the jury, in other words, you folks, who can decide whether the prosecution has proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt. If the Commonwealth does not do that, then the presumption of innocence requires you to find the defendant not guilty. The law does not require a defendant to prove her innocence, to produce any evidence whatsoever, or to do anything other than attend the trial. This presumption of innocence remains with the defendant until you, the jury, make your determination after listening and considering all the evidence. Another important principle of law is that the defendant has an absolute right not to testify, since the entire burden of proof in this case is on the Commonwealth to prove that she is guilty. Under our system of law, a defendant has a perfect right to say to the jury, you accuse me, now you prove it, and prove it beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty. I do not have to say a word.
The jury doesn't prove anything.
A defendant's decision whether or not to testify has nothing to do with the question of whether she is guilty or not guilty. The jury must not consider it in any way or even discuss it at all in their deliberations. Jurors in a criminal case must determine whether the Commonwealth has proved its case against the defendant beyond a reasonable doubt based solely on the testimony of the witnesses and the exhibits. That brings me to the requirement of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. What is proof beyond a reasonable doubt? The term is often used and probably pretty well understood, though it is not easily defined. Proof beyond a reasonable doubt does not mean proof beyond all possible doubt, for everything in the lives of human beings is open to some possible or imaginary doubt. A charge is proved beyond a reasonable doubt if, after you have compared and considered all of the evidence, you have in your minds an abiding conviction to a moral certainty that the charge is true. When we refer to moral certainty, we mean the highest degree of certainty possible in matters relating to human affairs based solely on the evidence that has been put before you in a case. I have told you that every person is presumed to be innocent unless and until he or she is proved guilty, and that the burden of proof is on the Commonwealth. If you evaluate all the evidence and you still have a reasonable doubt remaining, the defendant is entitled to the benefit of that doubt and must be acquitted. It is not enough for the Commonwealth to establish a probability, even a strong probability, that the defendant is more likely to be guilty than not guilty. That is not enough. Instead, The evidence must convince you of the defendant's guilt to a reasonable and moral certainty, a certainty that convinces your understanding and satisfies your reason and judgment as jurors who are sworn to act conscientiously on the evidence. This is what we mean by proof beyond a reasonable doubt. Our system of justice depends on judges like me and jurors like you being able and willing to make careful and fair decisions. All people deserve fair and equal treatment in our system of justice, regardless of their race, national origin, religion, age, ability, gender, sexual orientation, education, income level, or any other personal characteristic. You have agreed to be fair, and I am sure you want to be fair, but that is not always easy. One difficulty comes from our own built-in expectations and assumptions. They exist even if we're not aware of them and even if we believe we do not have them. Some of you may have heard this called implicit bias, and that's what I'm talking about. Of course, we judges have the same problem as everyone else, so let me share a few strategies that we have found useful. First, slow down. Do not rush to a decision. Hasty decisions are more likely to reflect stereotypes or hidden biases. Second, keep an open mind. Avoid drawing conclusions until the end of the case when you and your fellow jurors deliberate. Remember that when you deliberate, you will have all the evidence and all the time you need to make a careful decision, so there truly is no need to start making up your mind before then. Third, you should listen closely to all the witnesses. That is the best way to ensure that you decide this case based on the evidence and the law instead of upon unsupported assumptions. Fourth, as you listen to the testimony about the people involved in this case, consider them as individuals rather than as members of a particular group. And finally, I might ask myself, would I view the evidence differently if the people were from different groups, such as different racial, ethnic, or gender identity groups? At the end of the case, I will remind you of these strategies and ask you to focus on the evidence instead of any unsupported assumptions you may have. All we ask is that you, individually and as a group, do your best to resolve this case based upon the evidence and the law, without sympathy, bias, or prejudice, to the best of your ability as human beings. Now, I know that some of this may be confusing, and perhaps all of it's confusing at this early stage. Please don't worry about it, because you'll be in a better position to understand this at the end of the case when you've heard the evidence and when I can explain the law in detail. So don't be worried if you didn't catch everything I've said. Why am I telling you these things now? Because we need to know if you are able to follow the law in this case. You don't necessarily have to agree with the law, but all jurors will have to apply the law as I describe it to you. So for jury selection, it's important to know if any of you might have some doubts whether you can accept and follow these legal principles.
Who's going to count with me?
So now's a good time to take out your card, because I'm going to start asking you questions in a minute.
Everybody get your papers ready. Let's count together. Let's see how many we have. So if your answer is yes to any question, I'd ask that you raise your hand. But before we begin, I understand that sometimes jurors do not fill out the questionnaires completely. Sometimes we're just in a hurry to get those forms back in, or we think that our situation doesn't apply to the question being asked, or sometimes we simply forget to put something on there. If the lawyers or I see that there's something that's missing, we will ask you. But if you're sitting here now and you realize that you maybe didn't include prior work history or prior involvement with the courts as a defendant in a criminal case, as a witness to a case, as a juror, anything that you know that you didn't include, I would ask that you tell us at sidebar. And if we see something, what happens with some frequency is people forget to put their age on there. We have to ask you because we have to keep a record. All right, so my first question. Do any of you folks or a close personal friend or family member know, or have you had any prior dealings with any of the witnesses? If so, please raise your hand.
1083 1108 1127, 1115,
1122, 1086, 1114, 1093, 1100.
Thank you. Do any of you folks or a close personal friend or family member know, or have you had any prior dealings with any of the lawyers or the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office? If so, please raise your hand.
1100, 1114, 1086, 1108.
Thank you. Do any of you folks or a close personal friend or family member have any financial or other personal interest whatsoever in this case or its outcome?
This should be 0.
I see no affirmative responses.
Don't bet on
I'm
trials.
going to
guys.
ask you to raise your hand if you have seen, heard, or read, or talked about this case.
And all the hands went up. We have 54 people there. Let's count, see how many of them.
1136,
1,
1198,
2,
1098, my apologies.
3,
1068,
4,
1090, 1120,
6,
1082,
7,
1109,
8,
1138,
9,
1075,
10,
1108,
11,
1125,
12,
1063,
13,
1091,
14,
1134, 1087,
16,
1131,
17,
1102,
18,
1106,
19,
1137,
20,
1083,
21,
1088,
22,
1079, 1097,
24,
1123,
25,
1122,
26,
1080,
27,
1086,
28,
1114,
29,
1092,
30,
1072,
31,
1141,
32,
1139,
33,
1093,
34,
1140,
35,
1066,
36,
1107,
37,
1085,
38,
1127,
39,
1119,
40,
1115,
41,
1112,
42,
1121,
43,
1096.
44.
Thank you.
That leaves 10 people who have not heard about this case.
Please raise your hand if you have formed or expressed an opinion in this case.
They zoom in on the first person who obviously has
1136,
1,
1098,
2,
1068, 1090, 1120, 1082,
6,
1109,
7,
1138,
8,
1075,
9,
1108,
10,
1063,
11,
1131,
12,
and 1083,
13,
1097,
14,
1122,
15,
1086,
16,
1072,
17,
1093,
18,
1140,
19,
1066,
20,
1107,
21,
1085,
22,
1115,
23,
1112,
24,
1121,
25,
1096.
26.
Thank you.
That sounds about right. Same as last numbers.
Are any of you folks aware of any bias or prejudice that you may have in regard to this case or in favor of or against either of the parties? If so, please raise your hand now.
1131, 1120, 1068, 1108, 1097, 1093, 1140,
1085.
Thank you.
Only seven biased people who admit it. The rest don't.
Do any of you folks have any difficulty hearing or any problem with understanding the English language, any physical or mental condition, or any religious or philosophical beliefs that would interfere with your ability to hear the evidence in this case, to understand the evidence, to concentrate during the trial, or to deliberate for the purpose of reaching a verdict? If so, please raise your hand.
If you can't hear me, please raise your hand.
1068, 1073, 1142.
Those three are most like 4.
Could you say that one again?
The last one?
Yes.
1078.
Thank you.
1103.
5.
1129.
6.
Thank
people
you.
who have difficulty hearing or religious
Do
reasons
any
or
of you
something.
folks have any difficulty understanding or following those very important constitutional rights that I told you about? First, that the burden of proof rests entirely with the Commonwealth. Second, that that burden of proof is proof beyond a reasonable doubt and to a moral certainty. And third, that the defendant has absolutely no burden. She doesn't have to testify. She doesn't have to put on any evidence. All she needs to do is show up for the trial. Is there anyone that would have any difficulty applying those very important constitutional principles?
Raise your hand now and you're off the jury.
I see no affirmative responses. I can tell you folks that after every jury trial, I go in and I talk to the jurors. And though they may not have been thrilled about having jury duty when they walked in for the first time, by the end of the trial, there have been people on every single jury that have told me that they found their experience to be an interesting one, and many people have told me that they've also found it to be a rewarding one. But I do understand that for some of you sitting on this jury could be a substantial hardship, and let me tell you what I mean by that. Every civic duty we have causes us to be inconvenienced. What we're talking about here is something much greater. It means that it's something personal to you. That means that I excuse you, and the person next to you has to take your spot. I generally think of it in terms of you have airline tickets or surgery scheduled for the time that we will be on trial. But I will hear from anyone who thinks they have a substantial hardship. If that's you, please raise your hand.
I'm guessing 9 here. 9 hardships.
1136, 1098, 1131, 1073, 1134, 1090, 1091, 1109,
Oh,
1063,
there goes my number.
1070,
10,
1075,
11,
1108,
12,
1083,
13,
1092,
14,
1080,
15. New number 24.
1072,
16,
1141,
17,
1139,
18,
1093,
19,
1111,
20,
1066,
21,
1140,
22,
1115,
23,
1121,
24,
1096.
25. Wow,
Great,
25
thank you very much.
vacations.
I am going to leave the bench in a minute to give you a chance to fill out those supplemental questionnaires that will be provided. I'd ask that you not talk to anybody about those questionnaires, that you don't talk about your answers, you don't talk about any questions or concerns that you might have about jury duty, either in general or in particular to this case. If you have any questions or concerns, please bring them up when you come to see me. Again, I thank you for your patience, and we'll see you in a while.
All rise for the court, please.
See you in a while. Okay, so the remainder of this day, I believe, is not fed over the live stream. It's not over the live stream. Yeah, so they're gone. Bars and tone. That's all you get. So numbers, statistically, I haven't crunched them comparatively, but they are very, very similar to what we saw yesterday. So the percentages are holding true. I think even on the number of people who have vacations or surgeries or something like that. Obviously, there's big vacation time right in the middle of this. So that it's not... It's very likely you could get one juror out of this mix. I'd be surprised if we get both of them. What this tells me is this probably needs a change of venue. We're looking for what, 18 people who are not biased and have preconceived notions about this case that they can't set aside. And we've gone through, based on the numbers, 1,200 of them, and we still can't find 18. That means change of venue. I'm an excellent counter. I have to do it on my fingers, Mr. Pancake. I have to count on my fingers while they're doing it, or else I get confused with all the numbers. Let me complain just for a minute about the process of reading all the witness names alphabetically by first name and or title. They should have sorted them by like Mr. and Mrs. It's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. The only purpose... Well, there are two purposes. One, if you believe it, it's because they want to put Turtle Boy on the top of the list. I don't think that's the only reason. I think the main purpose is so that there are certain families that are heavily involved in this case, and they want to break up that list so it doesn't look like the entire family is being called in to testify. That's it. They just want to make it look like certain families in the in the M category might not be or the A's, the M's, all together. We're bringing we're rounding everybody up. So it's ridiculous. There's in no world do we sort any list by first name unless we're in like grade school, and that's when they're reassigning seating to get. It's ridiculous. We don't do that. So. She keeps calling Proctor a trooper. That's got to come out. I don't think that's been decided against, but there's got to be a way that the Commonwealth can, in either directly examining, which I think they'll do through direct, or cross-examination. By the way, where do you work? Oh, where did you work last? Oh, really? When was that? Oh, just recently. And what was the reason they gave? that conversation has to be had at some point, and it's going to be interesting. Now they have read all the witnesses. Will all of them actually testify? No. They won't. They've called a bunch of them, but every time, the way trial goes, sometimes you get testimony from one witness and you don't need it from another. Sometimes you've got redundant witnesses, and the first one says, "Look, we covered it well enough with that one. We don't have to go into this second witness." So it doesn't mean everyone's going to testify. I'm curious why they'd call Turtle Boy if he had nothing to do with the case at hand. Like I don't think he even knew who Karen Reed was at the when this happened, when John died. Why call him? Why call somebody who took an interest in the case after the fact? So he can't sit in court. Yeah. So BK having 400 listed, not all will testify. Correct. Correct. I think, if anything, they put him on the list because they wanted communications to see if something was said, and it was a fishing expedition. They're asserting that he and Karen were intimidating witnesses, which shows consciousness of guilt. If that's all you've got to prove guilt, I'm not sure. All right, that is all we get to see of the jury selection. We'll be watching Twitter to see if they make some progress here moving forward. But let's go check in with Judge Dad, who might be getting some work done this morning. Let's check in here and see how he's doing.
Talk to the prosecutor. How many of these files do they? Bring your clothes and take those. There you go. All right, I'm ready to start the exam. Are you handling this, counsel?
Yes, Judge. It's going to be a dismissal, so whenever you're ready.
People against Nishan Nashia Jones, 24B 715058.
Good morning, Judge. I was running for the people, the P86590.
Good morning, Mr. Whitnoff. Your name?
Good morning, Judge. Kevin Battersby Whitnoff, P85532, on behalf of Ms. Nishan Jones, who stands in the courtroom to my right. Ms. Jones, please state your full name for the record. Nishan J. Jones.
You're moving to dismiss?
No, the people are unable to proceed. The officer in charge is with me. A subpoena was given to the complaint witness. The complaint witness, who the officer in charge is the complaint witness, did not acknowledge that they are that person. They were properly served and have decided not to come to court today.
Say that again.
So the officer in charge went to the
Sergeant Morris.
Yes.
Went to the home.
Gave the subpoena to the person at the home. The person at the home said, I am not that person. That person is the complaining witness, and they have failed to appear today, so we're unable to proceed.
Dismiss the case.
And Judge, this is the second time that the people are unable to proceed. Defense moves to dismissal.
Really? When else weren't they?
Judge, I'll give you an exact date. Please give me 1 second.
Is that right, counsel?
I don't believe that to be true, but
April 1st, Your Honor. Witnesses didn't appear. People asked for an adjournment. Your Honor granted an adjournment.
Yeah, what's going on here? All right. So you're moving to dismiss, Mr. Whitnoff Battersby, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. Complaining witness failed to appear. People unable to proceed. Case dismissed. Please, do we want to make sure we cancel the bond conditions, please, okay?
Okay.
So cancel those bond conditions, and the case is dismissed. You're all set. Good luck.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, Judge.
That's it. Have a good day. Nice to have you here.
Judge, thank you. I am in front of you again today.
Oh, okay. Good. So we
That was a
take
quick
all those
hearing.
bond conditions. I need this file again, or at least this case being
KLB, you're going to have to rewind, and watch it on high speed. Yeah, just showing up to court sometimes gets your case dismissed if the other side doesn't show up, and that's what happened. The complaining witness
All the grave judge had already went down.
did not show up.
Mr. Ron, 2B7163361. Mr. Brian, you need.
Here is Brian.
Listen. I'm not going to put up with you yelling and screaming back there anymore. I have to call you out here again. I'm going to give you 30 days for contempt on top of the time that I just gave you. 30. You don't get to act like that.
Sorry, Judge.
I hope you clearly and fully understand me. If you don't, I'm going to have you out because I would hear you again. And then I'm going to lock you up for 30 days. And we're going to do this all day long. You're not going to make a scene here in the courtroom. That sentencing, if anything, was too light. I'm not playing with you.
How is it too late?
Mr.
I have a judge that I gotta go to felony court. This is district court. I got sentencing on felony court.
Knock it off. Knock it off. And go tell them. You have 5 or 6 felony, you have 5 or 6 theft offenses, you're breaking into people's cars. Just think you could make a living by being a thief?
But I'm not a thief.
Oh, okay. Have a seat in the back, speak up again, you're getting 30 more days. I promise you, that's not a threat, it's a promise.
Bro, I don't give a fuck.
Good, come here, contempt of court, bring them up.
No, bro.
You're gonna send another.
You're gonna get
Resisting.
I got people saying, hey, you know, I don't care. You know, ain't ready not to move. Get up. Speak up. Stop for kill me. Be over. Run over flat. Stop flat. Run this shit over. At all. At all. So I got surgery on Monday. You got 12 on my skin. I'm 50. Oh, my God. Stop. Fuck me.
All right. Settle down.
You off, man.
Go down.
No, I don't take bro. Taste me, dude. Taste me.
We don't want it. We don't.
Taste me.
Stop resisting.
Like I got kids that I never raised by myself. Making it ain't dying. You keep making it seem like I'm just a thief. I gotta prove that I was see what you're doing. I gotta prove it's making it worse.
Knock it off.
Hey, listen to me.
Right.
Look at this. You're making it twice as bad.
Mr. Bryant, go back in the back. I'm gonna let bygones be bygones, except for the initial jail term. One more word, and I'm telling you, you're doing 30 more days.
How many days?
Enough. Enough. Just control yourself.
Okay.
Stop stealing.
Yeah, it is not already. Yeah, bro. Go inside, to the other side. It's real good problems out here. Real life, bro. And y'all just be locking the fuck up for no reason, bro. All right. I never understood that, bro. But a woman can do anything, bro. Don't let her go. She be good. A woman be good, bro. Bro.
That point, though.
Judge is going to take a break. Take a break, Judge.
I understand.
I have one ready.
Bring it up, Judge.
Who did he do that to you, right? No, I know who did that to you, right? I didn't hit him, Judge. I didn't hit the cops. Jody, stand up here, Judge.
Yeah. I'll make it too.
Standing in for our old friend.
People against Baker, propane, 25S118062. Your name?
Morning, Edward Zelenak, hearing for the respondent. I'm standing in for the attorney of record, J. Henry Levens. I thought I filed an appearance as co-counsel, but who knows, Judge?
Well, you're standing in with his permission.
Yes, I am.
And you're authorized to enter this plea on behalf of the company?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's agreed on fines of $37.80 plus cost to be imposed, right?
That's correct.
All right, so to that charge, overweight, responsible, not responsible.
Responsibly, Your Honor.
Please accept the $37.80 plus the cost of $138.80 paid by May the 5th.
$38.80, I'll tell them, I'll remember that by the time I walk out of here, so. $38.80 by what day?
May 15th.
Wait, I'm gonna write that down for today. I'm
Actually,
actually
31 days from today.
38.80, 31 days.
No, it isn't. Today's April 15th, 30 days.
Today's not a nice stage. Your Honor, it's nice seeing you. Take care.
Sure. Mr. John, I need to talk to you for 1 second.
I'm not gonna leave, Judge, I'll wait.
Okay. What do you have there?
Keyshawn Shabazz, set for exam.
Are we doing that today?
Prosecution's asking for an adjournment. I'm asking for a dismissal. Thank you.
Judge Dad's having a bad morning. I'm impressed that he kept his cool. That was a bit much.
Can you get one of your guys to get him out of here?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, They might not come for a while, so we're gonna get them out of here right now.
Yeah, I already called him. I'll call him.
Yeah, please call them again, tell them what's up, yeah.
Can you pick up your guy and take him to the slammer? 30 days. Tish, 24 months on the jury. Thank you. Thank you very much. Tish gifted me this gavel.
Mr. Mohammed, I need you out here, please.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Oh, gee. Have an amazing day, RA family. Thank you very much.
Is he flying in here or is he on Zoom?
Mr. Shabazz?
Yeah.
He's 2 rows behind him.
Okay.
3 rows behind him.
All right. People against Keyshawn James Shabazz. 247-216-112 FY. Sir, your name?
Keyshawn Shabazz.
Your Honor, Kevin Battersby, Whitnall, P8532, on behalf of Mr. Shabazz, who stands in the courtroom to my right.
That's fine. I'm not on this case, Judge. I'm going to send the appropriate prosecutor.
Oh, I'm sorry.
The young woman.
Trying to fix the audio a bit here. We're missing a prosecutor,
Good morning.
Judge. We'd like to dismiss it because there's no
Good
prosecutor.
morning. Your appearance?
Good morning, Judge. Alex Morning for the people, P number 386590.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
I said to Alex swearing for the people, P number P86590.
Spell that last name for me.
Oh, WIERENGA.
The thought, Moringa?
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Ready to proceed? This is the exam. They're saying that you don't have your witnesses or you want to resign?
It's my understanding.
Who's this, by the way?
This is Natalia.
The prosecutor's office.
Oh, you're an intern?
Yes.
Yes.
She looking to practice pursuant to the court rule and under your supervision? Is that what we're doing?
Yes. Yeah.
I can, yeah.
Any objection?
No.
We might have a 1 o'clock
You have
trial in
to me to
this
state my
court.
name, Your Honor.
All in ruckus in the back is a little disconcerting.
Yes, Your Honor. My name is Antonio Yazmiro, requesting permission under MCR 8.120.
You got court rule in hand and everything. I'll grant permission. All right. So where's your witnesses? What's going on?
Judge, at this time, we're not ready to proceed. Our officer, necessary officer, Thomas Timmis, he's not available. This morning, I've been notified by our officer in charge this morning, he had to take care of a matter with his son. I'm not really sure where he is at this moment, but we would be requesting an adjournment.
Judge, if I may respond, the best of my understanding, there are several officers here who could testify to what happened here in this incident. We did have a PCC on March 18th. We did have an adjourned PCC on March 20th.
That was your request, right? Or not?
So, Judge.
And you couldn't go down the 8th, right?
Correct. We adjourned the PCC because the prosecution had not yet provided discovery.
Okay.
The prosecution still has not yet provided full discovery. So not only am I missing discovery, Judge, and you are correct, Your Honor, that we adjourned it, or excuse me, I shouldn't say we adjourned, but we scheduled the exam out at my request because I was out of the state last week. But this is now the 3rd hearing. Your Honor expressed concern over the length of time that this was staying in district court at our last hearing. It's the date and time scheduled for exam. Mr. Shabazz, took time out of his schedule to be here today. We are prepared to proceed with the exam. We ask that this court dismiss the case because the people are unable to proceed. Officer Timmis was duly subpoenaed, as I understand. He knew that he had to be here today. He is not here today.
Was this an emergency that came up?
I can't say if it was an emergency or
Well,
not.
I don't even know. If it's an emergency, that's one thing. But also, somebody needs to answer, why has the discovery not yet been provided, if that's true? Is that true that they don't have the discovery yet?
Well, Judge, just to clarify, it's that I don't have all of the discovery, but I do have some of it.
What don't you have?
So, Judge, for full context, I was provided, I had to go to Woodhaven Police Department and pick up a USB that had the body worn camera for the 3 officers that responded to the scene. That body worn camera that I received, the files were corrupted. And so one of them played at a quarter of the speed that it was supposed to play at, and neither of those videos had any audio. In addition to that, Judge, I'm still missing the body worn camera from one of the 3 officers who conducted the search and was there at the scene.
You go check on all that and tell me whether Officer Timmis is not here because of emergency or something otherwise.
Yes, Your Honor, our officer in charge just stepped down in this case, and I think he'd be able to answer my question.
Detective Davis, Woodhaven Police Department.
All right, tell me what's going on. Where's Officer Timmis?
I was notified by Officer Timmis via text message last night.
If it's personal, you don't have to state it out on the record here. I mean, if there was, I just need to know, was there an emergency, not an emergency?
I do not know if it was an emergency or not. He said he would not be able to make it here today in regards to his son. I don't know. I didn't ask.
You need to ask.
Judge, I would like to note for the record that I would commend Detective Davis. He's been very cooperative, very helpful in trying to get me all the discovery. We would have liked to have known.
How many witnesses do you have?
Your Honor, it would have just been one witness, but I did speak to the remaining officers who are present, and they would not be able to testify.
1 week, April 22nd, 10 o'clock.
Just let me check. Is
that good, Lisa?
Yes, that's good.
Sure.
So he texted last night, said he wouldn't
Judge,
be able to.
that should be just fine. I do have a sentencing in Third Circuit at 12:30, but I.
Oh, we'll be glad to get here by then. Okay, 10 o'clock. It's got to be here, though. Thank you. What are you going to do about the remaining discovery?
Speak with the I just spoke with the OIC and said to speak with defense counsel about the issues with the videos and resolve that.
And Judge, if I could just make a record as to the outstanding video, because I do want to.
Detective.
So Judge, Detective, as I indicated, Detective Davis has been very helpful. He did get me in, and as Cornwall knows, I was out of town this past week. While I was out of town, he did get me a corrected file for the 2 body-worn cameras that had corrupted files. So I do not have that. I did not have the opportunity to review them because I was out of town. But in conversations with the prosecutor about the remaining outstanding body-worn camera, I was informed by the prosecution that I would need to submit a FOIA request to Trenton Police Department because this case is a Woodhaven case, and the prosecution was not going to provide me with the Trenton body-worn camera. Now, Judge, it is the prosecution's discovery to provide me with any evidence potentially.
That was a Trenton officer, was it? Guys, somebody's got to tell me what's going on here. Was that
a Trenton police officer that assisted on the traffic stop as backup?
And Judge, that's the body-worn camera.
Get him the evidence.
You guys can't work this out. Did he call over to Trenton?
I did.
What did they say?
It needs to be FOIA'd.
Well, see, Trenton's not a party here. Oh, I guess. But wait a minute. Let me think this through. I mean, Trenton, the incident didn't occur in Trenton.
Judge,
why don't you just FOIA it? Why didn't you just FOIA it?
Because, Judge, respectfully, that's not how the discovery process should work.
Well, but wait a minute, this is a different department.
That's correct, Judge, but however, it is still in Wayne County, which means the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office has access because the discovery is owned by law enforcement. And for purposes of discovery, the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office and the police departments for which they work are treated as one entity. So it is.
How much you're appointed on this, right, Mr. Woodman?
I am.
I love this lawyer standing up.
And Judge, I remember from my time as a prosecutor that it is the prosecutor's responsibility to provide any discovery that is within their possession, and that includes law enforcement agencies that they work.
We don't have access to that.
But the prosecutor's office does.
Surprised this wasn't brought up before. Let me see, where's your discovery? You have a discovery order in this case?
But the discovery order needs to be worded properly here. The judge is trying to see if there's a way around this so he can work forward and make the defense get it. But the defense, I think, is right in saying prosecution needs to provide this. It's ridiculous that you'd make the defense file a FOIA request to get...
He's a criminal defense lawyer. He's appointed. He's not retained. Call Trenton and ask them to take care of this. Would you do that right now, one of you two, and then come back in here and talk to me in front of Mr. Wickenhoff here, and we're going to figure it out? We don't have a discovery order, I don't think.
Never given one, Judge.
You didn't present it. Just saying.
Oh, I see it. Yes, that's correct.
Go check it. Will you please?
Yes, Your Honor.
No, I would appreciate it if they would take care of that the next day or two.
Of course.
Get it ready. Either if they have a problem, I'll deal with it. But I can't imagine.
Just for the record, Judge, so people's understanding that when a department acts independently from a prosecution.
They were still involved in this investigation. Were they not somehow, were they called to assist in the apprehension of this defendant or somehow involved in this case?
They were called for assistance, yes, and they decided to back up on the traffic stop.
All right, tell them I'd like them to do. We don't have a discovery order. He's going to get one, I'm going to give him one. Tell him the defendant's indigent, he shouldn't have to pay for it. Period. So if you guys want me to have to make a ruling because Trent's saying we think they should go under the FOIA Act, then I will do so. Okay? I think it's a little silly, to be honest with you. If they were involved in this case, if it was something different, I would agree with you. But they were involved in this arrest, apparently, or at least came in as a backup. So they are witnesses to it. They were involved in it. Go call Trent. Tell him what I would like. Mr. Wittenhoff's going to wait here. You guys are going to come out and tell me what the issue is. I'm hoping that they can have it done by tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Judge.
Judge McNally is one of my favorites.
The Steinbeck, Donnie, 25 M4963108 and B.
I love this court. I love this judge.
Your Honor, just for clarity, I'm not compliant with the authority to enter into a plea here to a formal hearing today. I'm the prosecutor and troopers. We are prepared to proceed.
So your client's going to plead, you're authorized to plead the improper lane use, and the following two closely, they're going to dismiss, right?
That is it, Your Honor.
Is that, and your client, you're authorized to plead on behalf of your client, right?
I am, Your Honor.
To that charge of improper lane use, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible, Your Honor.
Please accept it. Count two. Following Pickles is dismissed. 150 is the total. He's to pay by the 22nd of April. Okay?
Thank you, Judge.
Have a good one. People against Blitzman. Thomas Robert Lisbon.
Yes.
2-5W-706462.
He's got a Dilbert tie.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mr. Shank, here we have my client, motion stay smiling to get on.
Sir, your name, please?
Thomas Robert Goldman.
I don't see a stick form. Did you talk to him about this?
We had.
Oh, this is a PCC.
Yes, Your Honor. We were able to solidify a plea agreement.
Oh.
And I did speak, and I understand the prosecution that these are recommendations. I witnessed when the prosecutors tried to get over involved, so we understand their recommendations.
You know, I'm not going to do.
Your Honor, that's that, because when I did see this very.
I only go by what I can read. I'm not blaming you at all.
And I gave my statement.
Here's my problem. That falls out of the superior specialty court due to poor performance. Commits another crime while on probation, or the judge finds sufficient cause to terminate probation. Then the balance of the year must be served in jail.
And I understand.
No work release or wait. Now, I'm gonna text. I can't even get upset about it. I've been telling them for 5 years, they're not gonna tell me what to do when somebody violates probation. If there are circuit judges that they think they can tell what to do when there's a violation of probation, or other district judges, that's up to them. I'm not going to have somebody I watched the political nonsensical gibberish go on. I'm not going to have somebody go out and get an expired license ticket or improper plate or not have their license, which is technically what? Okay. And have them say the judge should have sent them to jail for it. I said it before, I'll say it again. They're not going to tell me what to do. It's silly. I've been a judge for 30 years. I can make up my determination. I can be fair. If I happen to think I'm fair, if they think I'm too light, that's fine. If somebody else thinks I'm too harsh, that's fine. I might find sufficient cause to terminate probation of somebody that's gone for 2 years. Mr. Shumke, I just want you to understand.
Oh, I understand, Judge. And
They've been on it for a year and a half, a year and 8 months, and they fall off the wagon, and I can't graduate according to the Sprite Court rules. And then they want to say, and so I make a determination to terminate probation. If the judge finds sufficient cause to terminate probation, the balance of the year must be served to jail.
I agree, Judge, and so our thoughts are.
I just can't do it. I don't know why they keep sending me these. I must not be very clear with what I'm saying.
No, and when I did express that exact same thought process to Mr. Mohammed, he indicated that it was going to be a recommendation and not an order. So that's
They're going to have to take it off of here and word it different because the ninth grader could read this and read it the same way I'm reading. So I'm not going to be having somebody come back and criticize me because I did the right thing rather than what a piece of paper submitted by the prosecutor's office does. I don't know how many times I gotta tell them. If I had $1 for every time, look out Bill Gates. Send it back. If you know, I don't know what to do with it. I don't know how many times I gotta tell them. I mean, I feel like a babysitter. Sometimes in the back, I'll go back and say, I'm not a babysitter. That's what I mean. That's ridiculous. How can somebody expect a judge to be a party to an agreement that says if somebody commits a crime, it could be not having a license on that person? That's a misdemeanor. That's a crime, right?
Yes, sir.
So is improper plea, right?
Correct, Your Honor. I understand, Judge, and I was.
So I don't know what to tell you. I just don't know what to tell you. I'm not going to do anything with that language in that document and me taking it for you.
Understood, Judge. See what I can do.
All right, thanks.
So they thought they had an agreement. He was willing to accept it. The judge was
at
not.
the end of the day, everyone's running around it.
Thing is, if that language gets taken out of the agreement, it's possible the prosecution might not agree to it. So that this might end up bad for the client, but the judge holding his own, saying, "You're not going to tell me what to do. You're not going to tell me how I have to rule on somebody.
Yes, sir.
That's my job." Had some good ones this morning with Judge McNally here.
Front page register.
Yeah.
People are showing up. Looks like the new block's about to start. I like this side angle view. We don't normally get this one in his court. That's the super wide angle. So we got 3 of the judge.
How many is misdemeanor?
Not sure what the guy in jail is doing. He's been sitting there for a while. Can we get him out of there so we can? He's in a closet. I mean, he stretches out his elbows and he hits both sides of the wall. Let's get him in and out. Is this an arraignment or what? It's the toilet. He's there by choice. He's in the bathroom. He brought his iPhone with him.
Ouch.
I got his recommendation. I removed that.
Guys, I don't know, you trying to make me crazy or what? I don't want to see that nonsense. I'll call you guys in a second. I'm going on to this case. People against Brent Early. Brent Keith Early, 25T708726FY. And I have 2 counts. I have attempt plea and elude 4th, which is set forth. One second, counsel. I believe attempt plea and elude was count 1. Yes, count 1. Attempt plea and elude 4th, which is a 1 year. And then I also have failure to report property damage accident, which is a 90-day misdemeanor. That's in count 2. Your appearance?
Yes, that's correct. Good morning, Your Honor. Paul Tefelsky on behalf of Mr. Early.
Sir, your name?
Brent Early.
So your client pled guilty.
Judge, the victim's on Zoom also.
Who is the victim here? Okay, Mr. Nerdine, I'm sorry. I was just going to call your name. I see that we sent you a notice of your right to appear here today. Can you tell me your name, please?
Yeah, my name is Ali Nordine.
All right. So I'm going to handle this sentence. I'm going to invite you to speak, and we're going to go from there. Counsel, your client pled to attempt plea and elude 4th and failure to report a property damage accident. Have you had a chance to review the pre-sentence report with an honor during material additions? Corrections or deletions?
Yes, I have reviewed it with him, Your Honor, and no, there are not any material additions, corrections, or deletions.
Anything that you would like to say?
Judge, I would just say that this all started off as what would have been a pretty simple, ordinary accident. And then my client had provided a copy of his license and insurance. The other gentleman whose car he hit, and then he left. His vehicle was highly damaged. He's got some chronic pain issues, multiple disc problems.
Before the police got there.
Before the police got there, he left. Police were quickly on the scene and then trying to pull him over. That was where the fleeing elude came, but Your Honor, it was a slow moving, smoking truck type fleeing and eluding, where he then did pull over and was arrested. He's very, remorseful about the whole situation, and he hasn't driven.
He made a mistake.
He hasn't driven since. He made a mistake.
He was going 56 and a 35. He was trying to flee and elude. He's not telling me he wasn't trying to flee and elude, is he?
Well, he fully admitted that he did not stop as directed, but it was not. If you watch the videos, it wasn't really dramatic in any sense.
Well, I mean, he wasn't going 100 on West Road, right? But he was going 56.
Yeah,
35.
There was
56.
There was a dispute about that, but it's neither here nor there. He admits that he was wrong and should have handled everything much better.
You know, you got to wait for the police, right?
Yes,
sir. Yes, Your Honor.
You didn't wait for the police?
No,
Did you call the police?
I did not.
Okay, so here's my issue with it. You made a mistake. Don't want to. Don't come in here having your lawyer tell me that you had bad pain and you needed to leave and whatnot. You know you need to wait for the police.
And he left his identification first, and then he ran.
What would you like to say?
I want to apologize to the person I got into an accident with. And I was scared. I've never been into an accident. I've never been in trouble. I just panicked.
No, that's more like it. That's more believable. Okay. Mr. Nuruddin, am I pronouncing that correct, sir?
Yeah, Your Honor. That's fine, Nuruddin.
Is there anything you would like to say?
Yeah, well, mainly it's just I've been dealing with a lot since that accident. I have kind of like a PTSD from it. I can barely even stand at a red light without having panic attacks at this point. Now, I don't want to be too dramatic, but there was an issue with the insurance, so where I wasn't even able to get the whole repair covered. So that's something that it's just changed the whole dynamic of my life for the past, ever since it happened. And like I said, I'm having extreme mental trauma from it. And like, I know that he is saying that he had a panic attack, but I also was in complete shock, and I could not, I just recall him being extremely discombobulated, and immediately when I got out of the car, he just wanted to get out of there. And I was like, I had to like get out of the way so he wouldn't run me over. That's how I felt, because OnStar immediately called the police from my vehicle. But I just, like I said, I've been going through a lot mentally from this. And like, when it comes to, I was told that I can provide an estimate of bills and whatnot that I've dealt with since then in regards to restitution, because this is not really something that I have been able to move past.
I understand. But your insurance companies covered this, right?
Well, that's the thing. They did not. And
why not?
Well, because they said that there was like some little, regarding the vehicle itself. I guess I was driving my mom's vehicle, apparently, like based on the record. And they played a lot of games with us to a point where we went at it with them. Eventually they ended up dropping us. So I lost my whole insurance with Progressive.
You were after the accident.
After the accident.
Well, you need to talk to a lawyer about this. But here's the thing. I want to be clear. Did I let you finish? You need to talk to a lawyer about all of this.
Yeah.
If I let you finish otherwise?
Broken Baker and Baker.
You let me finish, yes, sir.
Well, here's my issue here is
he threw Progressive under the bus. Progressive dumped him when he had an accident, didn't even pay out the full claim.
I want you to understand the position that I feel is accurate. The legal analysis says this to me, and I've been like this for years. If the defendant was committing a crime at the time that he rear-ended you, if he was drunk, if he had a revoked license, a suspended license, reckless driving, then you would be entitled to restitution from the defendant with respect to the damage to the vehicle. I always make sure that we notify somebody of their right to appear, because you have the right to speak as a victim on the leaving the scene, or in this case now, reduced to failure to report. If you're sitting at a red light and somebody drives into the back of you, That's not a crime unless there's some other aspect, aggravating factor, like drunk, suspend, revoked, reckless driving. If there's no crime, you're not entitled to restitution. Now, you might say, well, he was fleeing and eluding, and he left the scene of a property damage accident. That's all true. But that had nothing to do with the damage to your vehicle. So I've said for years, I don't think that victims on these types of cases where there wasn't an underlying crime that was directly or indirectly involved in the accident itself, that there's no restitution to be had. I think some judges might even disagree with that. That's my take on it. That's my belief. That's the correct aspect of the law. So I can't order restitution, even if they're not covering it for whatever reason, but I would contact an attorney and consider your options here in that respect and others. Unless somebody has something else to say, I'm going to go ahead and sentence. Did anybody else have anything to say here?
No, Your Honor, I think what you said was correct, and that's what you also said at the plea time too, so consistent.
Sir, anything that you would like to say?
Yes, Your Honor. I just, I wish I would have handled things a lot better.
Yeah, the flee and elude, even 56 and 35, it's not a good thing, right? Here's what I'm going to do. 12 months probation on I'm going to pretty much adopt this recommendation on the attempt flee and elude. You not need to stay without consent if you violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directly. You're to attend the level 2 base driving program to Class A training center. You're to serve 5 days on the court work program. There's a $35 a day charge for that, for a total of $175. You're to pay fines in the amount of $100. This is all on the attempt flee and elude. Attempt flee and elude fourth. 100 fines, 100 costs, 75 victim's rights fee, $50 justice assessment. So that's 3 1/4. Screening fee 60 for 385. Probation fees are 340 for 625, plus the court work program fees. 175, everything included, amounts to $800. On the other case, I'm simply going to go light and say to you, it's going to be 50 fines, 50 costs, 75 victim's rights, $50 justice assessment, 2 1/4 for 90 days. If you violate on the attempt flee and elude, the alternative is 365 days. That's a 1-year misdemeanor, okay? So do you understand all that?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you owe 225 and 800, total 1,025. Can you pay that today, counsel?
We have 2 weeks, Your Honor.
How much does he have today?
He might be able to pay it off today, but if you say half today, Judge, and half.
All right, good enough. You pay the fair report today. That's $225.
Yes.
You pay 250. We'll make it $275 now on the today. On the attempt flee and elude, and the balance, I'm just going to say by May the 10th. Okay?
Thank you.
Well, that's actually I'll make it the 15th. May 15th will be your balance today. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. You may be eligible for early discharge on the attempt flee and elude if you're compliant. Once you pay your fines on the fair report, we're done.
Bernice, congratulations.
Anything else, Mr. Tversky?
Thank you, Judge.
Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
I wish you well. Good luck. Thank you. And restitution, if any, will be handled through civil litigation. Mr. Nurdy, thank you very much for coming. You're very well spoken, sir.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a great day. Good luck to you. I really wish you well.
Restitution will be handled through civil litigation.
Shabazz.
Meaning, Ali, you need to sue him.
If you want to 487-16112. Name and get counsel. Where's the intern? There you are. Your name again, counsel?
Asmaro.
Asmaro.
Asmaro, yes.
How do you spell the last name?
ASMARO.
Okay, good morning again, Mr. Waringa.
Yes, Mr. Waring, P number P86590.
Okay.
Your Honor, Kevin Battersby, with nominee 5532 on behalf of Mr. Shabazz.
Sir, your name? Your name? What did they say?
So our officer in charge did speak to Huntington PD. They stated that if they received a discovery order, that they would be able to look into whether the discovery does exist, and we can.
You're getting a discovery order right now that the two of you have either stipulated to, or you got a standard form. We got a standard form down the hall. So fill that out, give it to me, take it, get it to Clinton today. But either way, you gotta move on it, okay? Tell them I really want them to expedite that. I'm not gonna adjourn this again. April 22nd and 10, I'm ending the state docket the end of the month. I want to get rid of this, okay? So that will be the exam date. I'll see everything here then. Anything else, Counsel?
No, Judge,
Make sure you get that discovery order to me this morning, all right?
signing that as, you said it's down the hall, just prosecutor knows where that is.
Yeah, do we have discovery orders, do you know, in the prosecutor's office? There should be.
Yeah, they're in the office.
Yeah, there should be some in their conference room right next door, adjacent to the courtroom here.
Judge, I'll sign that and bring it back into your honor.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Abigail Schrader. 25
Case moving forward.
All right, Ms. Schrader, your name? So you talked, you wish to go to the bench trial, is that true?
Yeah.
So you have the constitutional right to a jury trial. In a jury trial, 6 people would be impaneled, and all 6 would have to agree that you're guilty beyond a reasonable doubt in order for you to be convicted. By waiving your right to a jury trial, I will be the one who will solely decide your guilt or innocence. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to give up your right to a jury trial?
Yes.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
Final pre-trial, I'm gonna do for you, okay? I'll do one. Where are you in the process?
It just keeps on getting so bad.
Well, when's it set back to now?
It just keeps on getting back to the Secretary of State.
What do you set back?
I don't know. Like,
When's your,
every time I call Secretary of State, they say, it was sent back by Senator.
by what?
By Senator.
By senator?
Sent back by Senator.
Why don't you go right down the street and talk to them right now? The Secretary of State's right down the street here. You're saying you're mailing things to the Secretary of State and they're mailing them to you when it's returned to Senator?
Yeah.
Why is that? You live in Hull?
I don't live in Hull anymore.
Well, did you change your address with the post office?
No, not yet.
Well, that's what's happening.
I was staying at an Airbnb.
Okay, so if you don't change your address, they don't know where you are. And
I
they just
let the Secretary of State know.
don't get all upset. Are you getting upset? Don't get upset. You gotta go change your address with the Secretary of State. And you gotta change your address with the post office, wherever you are. I can't really do much here. Did you ever have a valid license?
Not until February.
February of what year?
Which year?
Lisa, I've got a record on January 22 in here. Can you run her traffic record again, please?
Sure.
Just give me 1 second.
Want me to run it through here then?
Don't be upset. You'll get this figured out. But you gotta change that's what's happening. You didn't change your address. They're sending you the letters, and then they're going back to the Secretary of State.
I just moved again.
Well, you gotta keep telling them forwarding addresses. Okay? All right.
It's expensive to live in an Airbnb. Generally, it costs more than rent. For
I'll give you a bench trial in a month.
If
Judge, it shows
deposits are not
valid.
available.
So what's the problem? I don't know what the problem
I don't know.
is.
I thought somebody said that she was waiting on her physical license, but I don't know why that would matter.
Send that down to me, Lisa. I'm gonna get John to come down and get it. Have a seat 1 second. Yeah, I'll figure this out for you. Just relax, okay?
judge is going to figure this out. He's going to solve this problem.
This means, Mr. Sanger, people against Casride Transport 825S118057. Your appearance?
Yes, Attorney Brendan Sanger. And then my client is also present, Raj Parama, wherein the principal of Casride Transport. He's also present. But I've talked to there he is.
Mr. Can you tell me your name, please?
Raj Parmeswaran.
So what happened here? He's dismissing, he says, in the interest of justice. I've never seen them do that on an open. Go ahead.
Yep. Judge, let me tell you what happened is my client, the frost laws did not turn on in Michigan until March 3rd at 6 p.m. And this ticket was written at 10:30 a.m. So when all the reductions of the weights, my client was completely legal. He was under 80,000 pounds total. He was at 72,000 pounds, and he was also legal on each axle in which they were driving.
Good enough. He's got a reason for it. Case dismissed. Congratulations, Mr. Sir. And Mr. Sanger, have a good day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Doesn't even try the last name.
Judge, I'm here on Bobandeep Singh. I believe the officer is also present, according to Mr. Muhammad. And so Mr. Bobandeep, I think he's in the waiting room holding.
We got him. Mr. Cope's here. Looking for Mr. Bobandeep. Going to get crowded here on Zoom if we add one more person. Raj, you might have to log off.
I didn't quite hear what you just said. I don't know.
Judge, this is the time and date for a formal hearing at 9:30 this morning, and I have Mr. Bobandeep Singh. He is present, and also the police officer. I'm not sure of his first name, but Mr. Cope or Officer Cope is present, and so we'd like to have a brief formal hearing on this issue between the parties.
You might want to remove your hoodie for court, though. Just saying.
It's gonna be a few minutes here. Schrager, come on up here. Take this bag. Tell me how you take this bag. Come on up here. Abigail Marie Schrader, 259-484-430. A and B. How you doing again? Just relax. Deep breath. You all right? You're not gonna cry on me, are you? All right, what's your name?
Abigail Schrader.
The license is valid. I don't know what he wants from you. I'm gonna send this back, have him show this to the prosecutor, and he might dismiss. He might dismiss. Thank you. Real quick, Mr. Shimke.
Shimke in the back, up front, front and center.
Mr. Sean, there we have my client. I did revisit the matter.
One second. I'm still on. Your name?
Thomas.
I'm just not willing to sign. I'm not willing to go home. He still has a sentence of 2 years probation. He still has no early termination probation, which is fine. All that, I guess I can live with, but if the defendant fails out of Strider specialty court due to poor performance, commits another crime while on probation, the judge finds sufficient cause to return. The balance here must be served in jail. No order will be surveyed.
I thought that he scribbled that out.
No, he did not. He did not. I don't know. I hate to bring you guys into this. I don't know what I got to do anymore.
Just dismiss the case.
I'll revisit it with him.
But here's the thing. This isn't like something that just happened since March 1st. This has been going on for 7, 8, 9, 10 years. I get tired. I mean, how much patience do they expect me to have when I'm telling somebody for the 58th time, I'm not going to take a plea that has language that says if somebody commits a crime, which can include, as you know, expired license, no option, proper plate, other silly things, for a year. And they're not going to tell me what to do, and I told them that no less than 100 times, so I just can't do it. I'm prepared to go forth either with the exam, or you can go down to town, and maybe those judges will be more understanding or more willing to ignore that language. I don't know, but I'm not going to ignore that language. That's it?
Understood. I'll see if I can revisit one more time.
Thanks. Marchina?
This is frustrating. Judge is holding the
Alan
line.
David Marchina?
The defendant wants a deal, is willing to sign. The judge doesn't like the terms of the deal, won't accept it.
So I'm told here, your name? I'm told here that the defense has a conflict, representing complaining witness less than a month ago. Who's on our sheet here? Can I not use, was that Mr. Carmen or Mr. Shemke? Who are you talking to? The gentleman that was just here or another gentleman?
I don't know. Yeah, not another one.
Well, then why don't you see if
Mr. Carmen is our house counsel.
So what am I supposed to do now?
We can use the arraignment attorney, or if you want to adjourn it, I can find someone else to come in.
I'm gonna adjourn it 1 week, sir.
I'll go 2 weeks.
This is a domestic. I really want to take care of this. I'm gonna adjourn it 1 week, April 22nd. Lisa, maybe you can, Mr. Shemke's got his hands full with other things. And I will go ahead and give you another lawyer. So go down and talk to my judicial clerk. I'm not even going to arraign you. April 22nd will be the date.
9:15.
At 9:15, okay? All right, good luck to you. You can go and tell me into the.
All the way down the whole place.
Where's my way down?
We're going to close out the poll. Do you think we're going to get the remaining 2 jurors for the Karen Reed case today?
Yeah, you got the order?
Yes.
Yeah.
With over 1,500 votes, it looks like 59% of us are saying yes, 31% no. Only 9% said we never will. I like the optimism. I'm here for it.
Here. Take it down. She'll make it down.
They're doing jury selection right now, and it's not being broadcast. We're just waiting for word.
I'm gonna leave that with the prosecutor, Judge. They know that process better than I do. So I will.
The original has to go in file.
Correct.
And I'm going to give you a copy and give.
It's
Okay?
Thank you.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah. 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 Where's Mr. Carmen? Where's your case at? Did you go on that? Or we can- I just want to know if we're going to the hearing or.
We're going to hear that argument. It's been made prior to the hearing.
Juror, I will be right with you. Get those files in here. I'm not playing with that case again. Are you asking me to play with that case again?
Judge, for the language that you indicated, it has been removed. And so, yes, I am respectfully requesting you play it over.
Get the trooper in here, Lisa, on that case until the formal hearing.
The trooper is on Zoom for the formal hearing.
Yeah, we're gonna, trooper, we'll be right with you very, very momentarily. I need your file, please, on that.
May I approach you already in public? I think to come back.
Oh, sure. No worries. No worries. What do you have? What do you have?
I'm done. I waited to see you.
Oh.
That's it. I always like later. I was like watching it's like watching the Bravo channel here today, Judge. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're gonna go to hearing on that phone.
Yes, which one?
One that Mr. McQueen has here. I just need the files.
Oh, you don't have to file?
Yeah.
It's on you. Thanks.
If anybody has a case that's gonna take 60 seconds or less, let me know. I'm trying to get
Mr. Ritchie, Your Honor.
Mr. Ritchie's like, I'll do it.
What's that, a waiver?
Derek Ritchie.
Why are we sending this for a bench trial? Did you talk to the prosecutor yet, Mr. Dox?
Yes, Your Honor.
Is it a waiver or what is it?
Judge, you really don't have that ticket?
I got it now. Wait a minute.
Your day in court, 60
Yeah, I
seconds
got
or
it.
less.
All right.
Abigail Schrader, come on up here. Real quick, where's Miss Schrader at? Counsel, why are you setting, look, where'd she go? Did she leave? Lisa, she didn't come down and leave, did she?
I don't care.
Why are you messing with this poor girl? Abigail, hang on. Abigail Schrader, 259-484-430. A and B, she's got a valid license. Why are you telling her to go and get a license? It's valid.
Judge, she told me she didn't have a driver's license. She's waiting in the mail.
Come on, Miss Schrader, get up here.
That's why we did the adjournment.
We've done enough adjournments, and I was going to set it for bench, and then I had to run a record, and it says valid. You want to look at it?
No, I believe
your name, ma'am. What's your name?
Abigail Schrader.
All right. Poor girl's crying and everything in here. Will you look at this traffic record?
Why are you messing with this girl? She's got a license.
Yeah, it is valid.
Well, then why do you want to move to dismiss? Give me a stipulated plea if you want to move to dismiss. She's been here so many times. How long have you had your license?
It's February 18th.
Go to the Secretary of State or make an appointment right down here. It's probably your best bet. And tell them the judge sent me down here. I've got a valid license. I can't seem to get my license, my plastic license from the state. What do I need to do? I can go right now. It's right down the street here. So I feel bad. We've been playing around with this. You've been in here and you've had this. I'm going to go ahead and dismiss the case on your motion, motion of the prosecutor. That's what you're going to do, right? Give her a break after she's been doing this. She's been here 4 or 5 times. But do whatever you want to do.
I understand. In regards to the misdemeanor of the driving of a suspended license, I'm going to go late funds to that count. In regards,
oh, there's careless driving too.
right.
Do whatever you want. I thought that's something you. I should be sticking my nose in, but I feel bad. She's been around this license case so many times. So what are you going to do?
Well, I would agree. In regards to count 1, in the interest of justice, we will dismiss.
Count 1's careless driving.
Oh, okay. The careless, we will do an impeding traffic.
All right. And then you're going to dismiss count 2?
Which is the no ops?
Yeah.
Yes.
No operator's license.
Yes.
Is that what you're going to do?
Yes.
Go ahead and write it in.
All right.
That okay with you? Yes? Do you know what he's talking about?
Not really.
Careless driving is a 3-point violation on your record. You don't want that. No license, they're going to dismiss because you can't. He's going to submit an offer and then you're going to plead to impeding traffic, 0 points, won't go on your record. There's no damage to any car here or anything, right?
No. Not to my knowledge, no.
What'd you do?
I was late for work.
How fast were you going?
I think my ticket said 91.
In a what?
75.
91 and a 75?
She's been here so many times, I feel bad for it. Give me that, will you, Counsel? While cutting off a semi. Be careful, will you? How old are you? You only.
I just turned 20.
Just be careful. Relax. Where are you working?
Burger King.
Late for work at Burger King, 91 and 75. Cuts off a semi.
Sweet.
Go back and get a diploma or a GED. You'll be thankful you did. I'm not working to do anything. So this is going to be a community. I'm going to dismiss the careless. I'm going to dismiss under this motion. We're going to be done. And then I'll give you time to pay. Is that okay? Slow down though, please. I read this ticket. I don't think you want to know. Wait a minute. Where's this? Where's this ticket? This is painful.
This is painful. This was supposed to be a 60-second case. Something quick. Judge
You haven't even talked to him yet, Mr. Docs, have you? The prosecutor on Richie?
He's on the phone.
Yes, I put him in a breakout room, Judge.
I don't have any files here.
Yeah, I put him in a breakout room a while ago. He spoke with him.
This is painful part is, let's see if I can grab that really quickly. The judge wants a break so badly.
It's so bad for you, waiting here all day. Just give me 1 second.
Breakout room, Judge.
I'm trying to get the sound clip. Hang on.
I don't have any files here. Is everybody just showing up late, or did I get this backed up? I hope it's just showing up.
No, everybody was on time. We're just way behind.
How you doing, Ms. Diallo?
Good morning, Judge.
All right, let me see what I can do. It's just been
somebody's happy to be here.
A little bit hectic here this morning. I don't have any files here besides. Well, I do have. What is he bringing that stuff back? I want this poor lady out of here.
Okay, we almost
now
had
I'm gonna get everybody out of here as soon as I can.
We almost had to tase the guy.
Is that the plea offer, Mr. She's gonna plead the impeding, we're gonna dismiss the no license and the careless, right?
Correct.
Young lady, you're gonna be more careful though, right?
Yes.
To the charge impeding traffic, do you plead responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
Should have been there, you got a good deal here. I'm going to dismiss the careless, accept the plea to impeding, 9 fines your total. I'm also going to dismiss the no license charge. Tell me, ma'am, how much time do you need? You want me to set you up on a weekly plane? $30 a week, can you do that?
No, I get paid every other week. I can, not this week, but next week, I can pay it.
Oh.
Yeah, I can pay it all.
I'll tell you what, I'm just going to give you till May 15th. If you need more time, you don't have the money, no problem. Just come talk to me on or before any due date. I'll do that 48 times if you need to. Okay? Thank you very much. I wish you well. Thanks for your patience. Sergio, Luis Ballou. And now I'm going to take the formal hearings with Mr. Bouchon. 223T702667. Good morning, Ms. Diallo, your appearance.
Good morning to you and your staff. Lillian Diallo, P52036, on behalf of Mr. Ballou, who is present via Zoom with consent.
Okay, where's Mr. Ballou at?
Raise your hand.
Okay, there you are. Your name?
Sergio Ballou, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Diallo, we got this set for next week. You can't make it?
No, Your Honor, I'm recently retained, so we're requesting an adjournment to get the digital discovery in this matter.
How about if I adjourn the PCC for a week and then we do the exam on the 29th?
Go ahead.
I'm ending my state docket on May 1, and it's going to Judge Hessen, and I'm trying to get all these done.
Okay, Judge, okay, just for you. Okay, yes.
So what do you, can you make it next week or not? If you can't, I can go one more week. We'll do the PCC the 29th, and as long as we do the exam by the first week of May, which would be the 6th.
That's fine. I will do that, Judge. Thank you.
Sir, Mr. Ballou, the lawyer needs an adjournment. She needs to prepare. You have the right to a preliminary exam within 21 days of the date of the arraignment, the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment, and she needs an adjournment. So I'm going to give her that adjournment. We're going to adjourn this to, assuming you have no objection. Do you have an objection to that? Do you wish to waive that right? Will you waive that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good enough. April 29th will be the PCC. We'll make it at 9 o'clock, and then May the 6th preliminary exam. How's that?
That works for me.
What time? So we got to do that in the afternoon because of the changeover, right?
Yes, 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on May 6th, okay?
I'll see you then, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Where do I have, who's this gentleman that's been sitting in here for the longest time?
Judge, that's Richie.
Your Honor, we have two defendants here. We got Robert Klingensmith and Derek Ritchie.
I don't have any of the files from the prosecutor.
High blood pressure too. Yeah, because Mr. Klingensmith has to get to medical. He needs his meds.
I get it. I get it. I don't have a file.
I'll call prosecutor again.
Tell him to bring in Richie, bring in anything he's got. What's the other one you got?
Robert Klingensmith, who's here right now. And then I got Derek Ritchie. I can put him on another camera if need be.
What's your name again? Serious trouble on my hearing?
Judges,
Yes or no? That's all I need.
yes, the people are not offering.
It's a mess, but the judge is trying to clean up all the loose ends. Sounds like he's having a big shift on his schedule here soon. There's Mr. Ritchie in the car, just chilling.
Don't Smith? That's not my case. That's our case.
People against Robert Ray Klingensmith.
There he is.
25E702-750. Mr. Klingensmith, your name?
Robert Ray Klingensmith.
Mr. Schulman, your name?
Mr. Ritchie.
Where's Mr. Schulman? Is he here?
He's not on Zoom, Judge. We lost him. He was here earlier.
The lawyer's gone.
My lawyer was here, now he's gone.
I don't know what to tell you, Deputy. They just gave me the file, now the lawyer's gone. This is welcome to my life.
No
Well,
effing
have
way.
your clerks text me because we got to get him in a medical. And maybe we can squeeze him in the afternoon.
All right, here's what I'm doing. Call Mr. Schulman, will you? Do you have his number?
I have his number, sir.
Do you have his number?
I'll call him, Judge.
You have it, but you have it, Lisa.
Yeah, I have it. I'll call him.
Call him, tell him to look on right now because they got to get him out.
Also, I have Derek Ritchie, Your Honor, if they're ready.
Yeah, no, and I don't have any stiff form here. Derek Ritchie. Derek Leonard Ritchie, 25B7266615. Mr. Dox, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor, and your great staff. Attorney Quentin Dox, P number 79567. My client, Mr. Ritchie.
Your name?
Derek Leonard Ritchie.
What are we doing on this? I don't have a stiff form. I don't have anything.
Your Honor, we're going to get a brief adjournment. I haven't spoken with my client. There's some discovery that issues that we also needed to talk about.
I'll adjourn this to April 22nd for the PCC, the 29th for the exam, okay? Sir,
okay.
You have the right, Mr. Ritchie, state your name.
Derek Leonard Ritchie.
Your lawyer needs an adjournment to obtain discovery. You have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. If I grant his request, that means the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you wish to give up that right?
The right to, I'm sorry, the right to.
Have a probable cause conference within 14 days of the day of the arraignment.
Was there for?
Yeah, I give up that right.
Anybody force you to do that?
No, sir.
April 22nd, PCC. Thank you, Your Honor. April 29th, at what time exam? That's in person, Lisa.
11
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, Your Honor.
11 o'clock?
Yes.
All right, so is that what you said, Lisa?
For the exam? Yes.
Is that what you said for the exam?
Yes, 11 o'clock for the exam.
9 o'clock, April 22nd, PCC, 11 o'clock, April 29th, exam. Anything else, Mr. Dox?
Your Honor, is it possible to get a breakout room with my client? Quick second.
It's so close to making the guys prepare in person. This is just out of control.
Okay, if you get a breakout room, the other guy has to sit there and wait because he's using the camera still. The guy with the high blood pressure.
What do you do with this one? I'm not even stipulating police forms from it anymore, am I?
We are in Michigan.
Shimky, I'm not sure what's wrong.
All right, make sure. I mean, I believe that he took out the necessary language that we had the concern about, Judge.
No, did he?
He did, Judge, completely. The entire paragraph has been revoked.
If he hasn't done it right. Okay. Richie goes to the breakout room. Judge checks this paragraph to see if the prosecutor has once again included language that orders what the judge has to do if the guy breaks the law again. As long as it's out, he'll accept the deal. Defendant wants to take the deal.
Where's the case, right? I got two. I'm calling the prosecutors. Well, this poor guy's been waiting. Get the prosecutor in here on alibi.
Uh-oh. Get the prosecutor in.
Judge and John alibi.
You have Trooper out there. Trooper, you can come on in. People against Muhammad Z. Al-Abadi, 257-488-1768 in meeting.
Good morning, Your Honor. Max Manukian appearing on behalf of Muhammad Al-Abidi. Mr.
Sure, your name?
Say your Stephen. Muhammad Al-Abidi.
Mr. Carr, you're going to have to get up to see a form of your name. Counsel, you can have a seat right there. Mr. Muhammad, your name? Thank you. Mr. Muhammad, your name?
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf.
I don't know what to tell you about, we're really getting out of control. You know that, right? Maybe these guys can help you do it if they're writing things up. I don't know what to tell you. Mr. Schuman's not here. I don't believe he's here yet. They got to get this guy to medical. Guys, is there nothing you can work out? I know about the mask. I get all that. But is there not something you can work out? It's just got to be I know our system. Huh?
I know. Trust me.
There's no limitations on pleading people down for murder charges, but boy, don't go out in a commercial vehicle and get an improper lane use ticket. I don't get it. Whatever. I know it's not your call either. What are we going to do here? You want to have a hearing, honestly?
Judge, I have a motion to make.
What kind of one?
Judge,
I got the trooper here. He's here.
We were here at a pre-formal about a month ago. We set this matter for a formal hearing. One of the reasons that we set this matter for a formal hearing is not only because the people were not willing to make any offers in this case, but my client, Mr. Al-Abidi, is adamant that he did not that he did not commit these violations.
That's fine.
And so we set this for formal hearing, and Your Honor asked if I would let that formal hearings be in person or on Zoom. And I wanted it to be in person because I wanted the opportunity to cross-examine the police officer in person.
Sibling correction. Come on.
I understand, Judge.
Motion. I even said defendant to appear in advice. So I don't know what to tell you. Trooper, state your name, please. I'm denying your motion. I mean, I don't agree with the policies. I don't agree with that statute. I don't disagree that it's overly harsh, but that's not my call. Trooper, I need you out here, please. Where are you? I don't see you, sir. There you are. Your name?
Officer Keontae Coke.
All right. Raise your right hand. You guys can do it. You solemnly swear affirm any penalties of perjury, the testimony you'll give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, self, and God.
I do.
All right. Nice and well for me. And I'm going to need you really to keep your volume up and your voice up.
Okay. So you want me to tell you what happened?
Well, it's a formal hearing. Technically, the prosecutor's got to ask the questions here, so.
Oh, okay.
Can I begin, Judge?
Sure can.
Thank you. Good morning, officer. I'm going to take you back to the date of February 24th, 2025. Did you work that day?
Yes.
And did you work that day by yourself or with a partner?
By myself.
Okay, and on that day, were you working in full uniform or modified uniform?
In my full assigned uniform.
I need you to keep your voice up, Trooper, please. I'm just giving you a hard time. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you. And so I'm going to repeat that question. Did you work in full uniform or modified uniform?
I was in my full assigned Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division uniform.
I'm just having a hard time hearing you.
I am too, Judge.
You gotta go a lot louder. I don't know if it's on your end or our end or what have you, but you gotta be a lot closer to the device and just keep your voice up nice and loud.
And Trooper, are you close by?
I am not. I'm in Macomb County right now.
He's in Macomb. Go on.
All right. And on that day of February 24th, 2025, were you operating a scout vehicle or did you work foot patrol?
I was in a scout vehicle.
Was the scout vehicle fully marked or semi-marked?
Fully marked.
Okay, and who's your employer?
The Michigan State Police.
Okay, and how do you work, what role do you work for them? In what capacity?
I am a motor carrier officer.
Okay.
That's
And
my
are you
role.
assigned to a specific unit?
I'm assigned to the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division.
Okay. And on that date, February 24th, 2025, did your duties take you at or near the location of southbound I-75 and Huron the River Rock Road?
Please says inviting you to room 1. Okay.
Yes, I was.
Mr. Finn, can you please mute your mic?
I didn't hear your answer, Trooper.
Yes, I was patrolling that area at that time.
Okay, and is that in the city of Flat Rock?
Yes.
In the county of Wayne?
Yes, Wayne County.
Okay, and while at or near that location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes.
What drew your attention?
Look at my notes.
No, you can't look at your notes.
It's a formal here. Come on.
Oh, okay, I'm not.
I mean,
These
go
are my
ahead.
officer
There's
notes.
an objection.
Objection, Your Honor.
Seriously?
Yes.
Jeez. All right. Will looking at your notes refresh your recollection?
Yeah, that's where I was.
Will looking at your notes refresh your recollection?
Okay.
I'm asking you, will looking at your notes refresh your recollection?
Yes. Because
Go ahead, for a minute, review your notes.
Okay. It's my understanding that I should be privy to his notes if he's using them to refresh his recollection.
You're being kind of ridiculous here, aren't you?
I'm sorry, Judge. I'm just making a record for my client.
All right. I mean, I don't disagree that it's overly harsh. I will never disagree. I've been saying this for years. I mean, but
can I not do it, Your Honor?
have you had a chance to review your notes?
Yes.
Now, nice and loud, ask the next question. I got all these people waiting here.
Well, at or near that location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes.
What drew your attention?
I observed the driver holding his phone in his hand.
Can I speak, sir?
No.
And what did you do based on your observations?
Based on my observation, I looked at the driver, I noticed the possible violation, and then I used that as a reasonable.
Nice and loud. I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I observed the violation, then I immediately got behind the truck and activated my patrol lights.
Okay, and can you see in the courtroom right now
Yes.
through the camera?
Yeah, I can see. It's a little bit blurry, but I can see.
Okay, and the driver of that vehicle, do you see that individual in the courtroom right now?
No, I cannot see him. I only see you and the judge.
Okay. Again, Judge, this is why my subpoena did stay in person. I mean, it's so close that it's...
Move to dismiss. Oh, he made the defense sit down.
Did you actually send the subpoena?
Yes. Directly to the officer.
Do you have a copy of it?
Yes.
This is getting thrown out. Judge said, hang on, stop. You subpoenaed the officer to be here? And he's not here?
Did you receive a... I gotta wait till he comes back.
This defendant might be getting off right here. This case might be dismissed. The judge has his business face on. He's looking serious. So, he wants to talk. He wants to talk. And I want to hear him.
I don't need to see it. If it says in person, did you receive a copy of their subpoena?
Yes, I did.
Oh.
Did it tell you to appear in person? And if so, why didn't you?
I was going to come in person today, but I had unavoidable problems with my patrol vehicle today, and it had to be repaired.
I'm gonna make this easy. Formal hearing continuing next week. Continuing to April the 22nd. We make it at 11 o'clock. You must appear in person. Okay?
Your Honor, can I say something? Next week and the week after that, I will be up north doing training.
April 6th at 1 o'clock. April 6th at 1 o'clock in person.
Judge, you mean May 6th?
May 6th at 1 o'clock.
Judge, if I may.
No, May 6th, 1 o'clock. You can renew any motion you have. Come on, guys. I got serious stuff here.
My client has paid for me over here.
I get it. That's fine. You're going to come back May 6th at 1. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I can put the camera out here and let him see if he can see somebody. You know, it's just an exercise in futility. I've cut slack to other people about the Zoom thing. I got all these people I'm constantly hunting down. You get the fact you're doing your job. I don't, like I just got done telling you, I don't appreciate, I just don't agree with the statute, but it's not my call, and it's not, there's nothing I can do. May 6th, 1 o'clock. I want to hear another word, gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, that might
Judge,
be
in person.
In regards to the second hearing today, it is the same officer, so I'm going to reflect that we just heard that second one. And that's for Baba Singha with Attorney Sanger.
Where is it? I don't have any of these files. Can these guys not help you back there? I mean, they would think it would be nice if they could bring in files for you.
Bubba Deep needs to take his hoodie off.
I'm adjourning this other one until May the 5th, maybe 6 at 1 p.m. Give me that, please. People against Sammy Bobby, 251-487-802.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
And Brendan Sanger on behalf of the defendant.
Adjourn to May 6th. Everybody's going to be here in person.
Judge, we have no objection to Officer Colt, my client. We've waited over 2.5 hours or 3 hours now for this hearing. Can we just hold the hearing right now?
Not going to be able to identify him.
What's that?
He's not going to be able to identify your client, I don't think. Can you see his client?
Yeah, he's right here.
Yes,
Yeah, I'm here, sir.
I know you are. I got it. Can you see him okay? Can you see
Take
him?
off your hat.
Oh,
Yeah, you have to do that. Keep that off. Will you? Can you do that or not?
Wait. Put it back on. Put it back on.
Trooper, I'm asking you a question. Help me out here.
Yeah, I can see him.
All right. Counsel, I'd like to be able to do 20 of these at once. I just can't. I got these guys over here. I'm getting off this bench for 5
actually,
minutes.
sir, I haven't wear the turban.
What?
I haven't wear the turban right now. That's why.
I didn't hear what he's saying, Mr. Sanger.
He's not
Said something about he had a turban on, but he took his hat off or his head. So
If you got a turban on, I don't have a problem with you having the turban on. I have a problem with you having your
hoodie.
Your hoodie on over it. If you got a turban and you want to put it on, I don't have a problem with that. I have no problem with that. Put your turban on.
Yeah, I'm okay now.
No, listen.
We're ready to proceed.
You got a turban on, put the turban on. I have no problem with that.
No, he's good.
Yeah. I'm good. It takes like 5 minutes for wearing the turban.
I'm sorry. I didn't know you had that on. I just saw a hoodie on. I'm taking 5 minutes. Stay seated, everybody.
I'm okay, sir. I don't want to.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Mr. Ritchie?
You want me to wear the turban?
No, don't. We don't need a turban.
Is he waiting for me to put the turban
Just sit tight.
Mr. Ritchie, did you speak with your attorney?
I did. Yes.
Okay, you're all set then.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We still have the guy with high blood pressure sitting there.
And then, Trooper, I got the attorney for the other guy talking to the prosecutor right now.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lisa, for that.
Officer Cope, I text you, or did you see the chat?
Let me check it.
Madam Clerk, we're just coming back in a week on bond. Do we need to appear in the record?
Yeah, unfortunately, none of the files are coming in. I don't know what's going on. Otherwise, he would have done it.
Okay.
Who is that on?
Vines, V-I-N-E-S.
Okay, I will call in there and have him bring that one in.
Thank you.
Okay, we've had a lady who went 91 in a 70 and cut off a semi and basically got everything dismissed.
Miss Bates, did you need to talk to your client?
We've had someone who outburst in court, had to be tackled by the officers, yelling, "Tase me, tase me, tase me." Had to be dragged out. Might have gotten 30 days in the slammer for that. We've got an inmate with a medical condition who's apparently being ignored, who desperately needs to go to the hospital and is waiting for his hearing. We've got a trooper who can't identify the defendant in the courtroom, who defied a subpoena because he needed to get his car fixed. Judge is back. That was under 5 minutes, but hope you washed your hands, Judge. This is just another day with Judge McNally. Prosecution is getting on his last nerves.
I'm going. Miss Bates, come on in here. Brian Michael Knott. Real quick. Brian Michael Knott, 258-721-726. Miss Bates, your name? Miss Bates, your name?
Nobody's here.
Michael Lee Widener?
That's your
Where's your attorney?
258-726-678. Come on.
We call you.
You're late.
I've been here since 8:30.
What are you
Judge,
doing? I'm sitting in
Beth
the
just told me he's been here the whole time. I'm trying to get a hold of the attorney.
He never showed up. I've been waiting on
Your lawyer's was here an hour and a half ago.
on that.
Your name?
Michael Lee Widener.
Why were you sitting in the hallway?
Because I saw attorneys come up. I'm ignorant to all this.
Let me ask you a question. You're going to go to a ball game. You're going to sit out in the parking lot. I mean, if you go see the Tigers, you're going to go sit in the parking lot, or you're going to go into the
I
grandstand?
sat in here for an hour. For a while. I've been here since 8:30.
Lisa, call him back. Tell him I'm just going to adjourn this 1 week, please. This way.
Okay, I'll let him know.
And Your Honor, I apologize, but any status update on Robert Klingensmith?
I know you do, and I apologize to you. It's not your apology to give. I mean, you don't know if lawyers are taking 19 cases in the morning and should only be handling 18. I don't know what's going on. But I can't I'm not going to keep waiting for them either. You can take them back.
The attorney is here, Judge. Okay, can I explain? The attorney is here. I put him in a breakout room with the prosecutor.
Okay. We're not going to issue a warrant, bench warrant, forfeit the bond. I'm going to reset this case I'm talking about for Mr. Widener for next week, April 22nd. You be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. Lisa, call her lawyer when you get some time today, if you get time today. And we'll go from there, okay? So you're all set. Go down the hall. We're going to give you another notice, all right?
Okay, thank you.
Next time, come into the courtroom. Okay? All right. So don't issue the warrant on that.
Thank you, Driver.
Ms. Bates, last call. I'm going to call this case, or else we're going to get stuck because I got to go on to another case. Are you there? Ms. Bates, are you there? Last call.
Brian Knott's here. It's a new face.
Marcellus Cameron Vines.
Yes, good afternoon.
257-07443. Good morning, Counsel. Your appearance?
Good morning. Attorney Katrina Wright appearing on behalf of Mr. Vines, who should also be present via Zoom, Judge.
Sir, your name?
Marcellus Vines.
All right, so we're going to adjourn this to April 22nd. That'll be for the probable cause conference. Sir, you have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Your lawyer's asking for an adjournment. Do you wish for me to adjourn that case knowing that you'd be giving up that right?
Yes.
Anybody force you to give up that right?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the waiver. Counsel, April 22nd at 9. Preliminary exam, April 29th.
All right, Judge.
That's it. At 10:30 in person, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Bates, you ready? People against Brian Michael Knapp, 258-272-1726. Ms. Bates, your name?
Brian, you're up.
Good morning, Your Honor. Melanie Bates, P76080, appearing on behalf of Brian Knott.
Mr. Knott, your name?
Brian Michael Knott.
All right, so this is, you want a 1 week adjournment, so we're going to adjourn the PCC to April 22nd, the exam to April 29th. Sir, you have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days. Your lawyer's asking for an adjournment.
There's a little kid over there. We just told him to get out. I told him,
If I grant a request, that means the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Wish to give up that right? Sir, you wish to give up that right? Anybody forced to give up that right?
Detective Sergeant Morrison looks like he had a rough
Are you listening to
weekend.
anything that I'm saying here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
You wish to give up that right?
It's just a time frame, Mr. Knott, just a time frame. No other rights.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody forced to give up that right?
Whatever.
No.
Sir, are you listening, or is there just a big delay here? I don't know what's going on.
No, I can hear you now, sir.
Do you wish to give up that right?
Yes.
Anybody force you to do that?
No.
April 22nd at 8:30 will be the PCC. That'll be by Zoom, April 29th at 10:45. I'm hoping I can get this resolved by then. I'm changing documents here, main one, so hopefully we can have that done one way or the other by the 29th, okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Knott, I'll give you a call. Have a good day.
To Derek Bell Fernandez, 257-07530. Mr. Carmen, your name?
Michael A. Carmen from 7324 on behalf of the defendant.
Where's the defendant?
Okay, so I've got a letter from a from a medical facility. So I'm going to go ahead and adjourn this. They're entitled to an adjournment on this, Lisa. What day do you want me to adjourn it to?
Is a week okay?
Yeah.
Okay, April 22nd at 9:45.
April 22nd at 9:45. Okay.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
I think Brian might be distracted. He needs to be invited to leave.
Don't even have it.
Should be.
I just don't have it. I might have gone. You weren't here.
Adjournments, gentlemen, sitting.
I get it. I don't have five.
Who are you looking for, Judge?
Harold Evans.
I'm just going to make sure it didn't come down here by mistake.
It might have. Because I thought I did have it out here at one point.
Okay, let me look. Hold on.
We may pop over to Lori Vallow briefly.
Yeah, it's down here. I'll run it down.
Where can you first pull out Mr. Schulman?
Are you talking to me, Judge?
I am. Clayton Smith is the one that they've been.
The corrections officer is a little beyond frustrated. This guy has sat here all morning. He's not feeling well. High blood pressure. Needs to be checked out by the doctor.
Amy's on her way with the Emmons file.
Is Mr. Schulman still in with the prosecutor?
He is. I'm having trouble moving anybody out of there. I just put anybody that was left in there because it's just been chaotic.
I know it is. Tell me about it. Is there a special prosecutor on that case?
Not to my knowledge.
Clayton Smith, it's a CSC1. There should be.
There's nobody in the waiting room. No prosecutors in the waiting room.
And Mr. Good.
Can you sign them again for me? Hey, Harold Emmons, do you need the file?
But how do you get this low right here? I don't know what to tell him. Is there a way you can message Mr. Schulman? Tell him he's got about a minute to come out. Otherwise, he's going to have to come here next week.
Yeah, Judge, I don't see him. I don't know what happened. I put him in the breakout room and he's gone.
People against Robert Ray, Clayton Smith, 258-702-2750. Your name?
Robert Clarence Smith.
Look, I don't know what happened to Mr. Schulman. I've been calling this case, calling it. He's not here. I'm adjourning this 1 week. At 8:30. Tell Mr. Schulman to please get on at 8:30, will you? They've got to get him over to medical, and that's that. April 22nd will be the PCC on April 22nd at 8:30. Thanks. Harold Emmons. Harold Lloyd Evans III, 254-25R-7527.
Michael A. Carter, B7384 on behalf of
Mr. Emmons, your name?
Documentation.
Harold Emmons.
Who is the detective on this? Where's Rockwood isn't probably here. Did you get printed on this case yet? Were you arrested that night?
Yes.
You were arrested and taken to the police station?
Yes.
Okay, so you got fingerprinted and photographed. I just need to make sure.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to give Lisa, I'm going to put this out. We're gonna do May the 6th. You're gonna go in front of Judge Hudson, May the 6th at 8:30 in the morning, okay? May the 6th at 8:30 in the morning. All right? Wish you well. Any questions, Mr. Emmons?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank
Just
you.
leave it.
Yes.
Okay,
Good
thank you.
luck. Go down the hall. Sing, Bob and Deep. I need now Mr. This is 25M487802. I need Mr. Need Mr. Mohammed in here. Just call him, please.
Mr. Muhammad has a.
This is 25M487802. Mr. Singh, your name?
Needs to have a short leash.
Yeah, Brendan Singer on behalf of Mr. Bobandeep, or Singh Bobandeep.
Mr. Singh, you need to unmute and state your name.
Mr. Singh.
He's not in there yet.
Mr. Singh, you need to unmute and tell me your name.
Hello?
Your name.
Yeah, I was unmuted. I don't know how. Sorry, sir.
That's okay. All right. Trooper, your name.
Officer Keontae Cope.
I guess that counts.
So we're going to go ahead with the hearing. You could, your name.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mohammed on behalf of the people.
Go ahead. You can
Judge,
start.
I have that. Thank you. I'm sorry.
Why are you guys, this is just so convoluted right now. Somebody back, you got two other prosecutors. Can't they help you a little bit? I mean, they need to. They need, seriously, this has just been a mess today.
I'm sorry.
I don't have to no apologize about it. I just think they could maybe help you a little bit, bringing files in and out. That's all right. Go ahead.
Good morning, Trooper. Can you please state your full name for the record?
My name is Officer Keontae Cope.
Officer, are you currently employed?
Yes,
Who's your employer?
Michigan State Police.
And in what capacity?
Say it again.
What capacity?
Oh, I am. I'm within the Commercial Vehicle Enforcement Division.
Okay, and were you employed in that capacity on February 19th, 2025?
Yes.
Did you work that day?
He's regretting his life
Yes.
choices.
Did you work that day by yourself or with a partner? Did you work that day by yourself or with a partner? Judge, it appears that he lagged out.
I gotta tell you.
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Did you work with yourself, by yourself that day or with a partner?
By myself.
Okay, and on that day, did you work in full uniform or modified uniform?
Full uniform.
Okay, and on that day, did you operate a scout vehicle or did you work foot patrol?
A scout vehicle.
Was the scout vehicle fully marked or semi-marked?
Fully marked.
Okay, and on that day, February 19th, 2025, at approximately 9:20 a.m., did your duties as an officer take you at or near the location of southbound I-75 at or near Breland?
Yes, it is.
Is that located in the city of Woodhaven, County of Wayne?
Yes.
While at or near that location, did you observe something that drew your attention?
Yes.
What drew
Yes,
your attention?
I was patrolling southbound and I observed the driver, Mr. Bobandeep, holding his phone in his hand while operating a commercial vehicle.
Okay, you indicated it was a commercial vehicle.
Yes.
Can you describe that vehicle?
No.
What?
Okay, and what did you do upon your observation?
Okay.
So what I did is I immediately slowed down, merged behind the truck tractor and trailer combination and activated my lights.
Okay, and did that vehicle pull over?
Yes, he pulled over.
Okay, can you give a I know you can't describe it exactly, but can you give some sort of a description of what this vehicle looked like?
I just remember it was a truck tractor trailer. I do not remember the color of the truck or trailer.
Okay, and after you stopped the vehicle, what happened next?
I made my approach and I made it up to the driver.
Which side did you approach?
I approached the passenger side.
Okay, and did you observe how many individuals were inside of the vehicle?
To my knowledge, it was only one.
Okay, and where was that individual seated?
In the passenger seat.
In the driver's seat.
Okay, now the driver of that vehicle, do you see that individual on Zoom or in the courtroom?
I'll say that one more time.
The driver that was sitting in the driver's seat, do you see that individual anywhere on Zoom or in the courtroom, if you can see inside the court?
I see him on Zoom.
Okay, can you identify that individual by an article of clothing? The color of anything that individual's wearing, if anything.
He's wearing, I only see a couple of boxes on my screen, but he was wearing a white hoodie.
Yeah, that works.
You said
wearing a white hoodie.
Okay, Your Honor, let the record reflect the witnesses identified.
Record should so reflect.
Okay,
He was not wearing a turban.
what happened next? Did you make contact with that driver?
Yes, I made contact with the driver, and I asked him what was he doing on the phone.
What was his response?
His response, I do not remember what his response was.
Okay, and so what happened next?
After that, I immediately started doing the inspection. It was a level 3 inspection, and I went through the normal steps, checking paperwork and logbooks.
At any point during your interaction with this driver, did you inform him of the reason of the stop?
Yes, I did. On initial contact, as per department policy, I told him who I was, who I'm with, and why I stopped him.
Okay, and why did you stop him?
I stopped him for operating a CMV while holding a mobile handheld device.
While holding a phone.
Okay.
That's the law.
And
can't do that.
Do you recall what his response was when you informed him of that?
Asked and answered objection.
Well, why is that an objection?
He said that what had he been doing on the phone? He said that I asked him what was he doing on the phone, and then he said I don't remember what my client's response was.
Wait a minute, maybe I misunderstood. What response did he give you when you told him that you were pulling him over for using a phone, a handheld, using a phone while operating a commercial vehicle?
The response was, it was a bit of a language barrier. So what he said to me, it didn't really make sense what he was saying.
Fair enough.
This phone, did you observe it when you approached this vehicle? When you approached the driver?
The phone, no, not to my knowledge. I can't recall. Can't recall that.
Okay. And you indicated that you observed him holding a phone, correct?
I did.
Okay. And how do you know it was a phone?
Because it was a small square device in his hand. It appeared that he was maybe taking a selfie or on video call. And I recall his mouth moving as if he was
Your Honor,
talking.
let the record reflect that the defendant was holding to the camera screen right now what appeared to be a squared recording device or something of that nature. I'm not sure.
What were you just showing?
Sir, it was my wallet. I was like doing this.
Whoa, you're not in the room. Just let the trooper speak. Go ahead. Ask your next question.
It was my
Thank
wallet.
you. So, officer, you were explaining how you understood what led you to believe it was a phone. You said it was a square device.
Yeah, square device. It had a screen on it. He was holding it with what I believe was his left hand, and he appeared to be talking to somebody.
Okay, how do you know it appeared to be a screen on?
Well, because I have, can you say that one more time?
You said you knew that it had a screen on it, correct? Or something of that nature?
Yes.
You believed it to have a screen. How do you know it had a screen?
Because it had a reflection. The sun, at that time of the day, the sun was beaming into the truck and I was able to see a reflection off the screen.
What time of day is this?
Okay.
It's a good answer, but
no further questions.
Cross?
Yes, sir. So isn't it true that, how far away were you from, let me back up. How far away from you was the defendant when you first observed him driving by?
I was in the outer third lane. He was in the inner first lane.
All right. And so when you say that you were behind him?
I wasn't directly behind him. I was side by side. So I was coming up the third lane.
Well, you testified today that you were, that after you observed him, then you merged in behind him, correct?
Yes, correct.
And so how far away were you from Mr. Bobendeep when you first observed him? How many feet?
Feet, I can't say how many feet. I won't be able to give an approximate. I can tell you the lanes. I was in the third lane, outer third lane. And he was in,
Next them out, please.
I was in the outer third lane and he was in the inner first lane. So I was.
So you were what? In a lane of traffic is what? 25 feet, 24?
On the highway is 3 lanes.
Do you know what the width of the lane is? 20 feet or so? All right. And you said that you believed you saw a screen. Isn't it true that Mr. Bobendeep, when he pulled you over, when you pulled him over, you told him, or he told you that he had his wallet in his hand, correct?
I do not believe he said that.
All right. But you don't recall what he said, correct? That was
Correct.
your testimony? All right. Thank you. I have no further questions of the officer, Judge. I would call Mr. Bobendeep.
Can you redirect?
No.
You can step down. Mr. Singh, raise your right hand. You don't have any other witnesses?
No.
And that you call your client, right?
Yes, I call Mr. Bobendeep.
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm under penalties of perjury the testimony you give these. You got to put your hand up, sir. You solemnly swear affirm under. Why are you putting your hand down? Am I missing something? Sir, I need to see your hand. You need to have your hand up in the air like this.
Put your hand up.
Yes, sir.
You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God.
Sorry?
You have to tell the truth. Do you affirm?
Hang on, Mr. Singh. Just listen.
No, sir. I want to explain something. I want to say something.
No.
Okay.
Raise your right hand.
Okay.
Put your hand up so I can see it. You solemnly swear or affirm under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth, so help you God. Counsel, I'm putting this over to May 6th. You guys are going to have to come here in person. I can't do these on Zoom. I'm not going to do this. He's not understanding what I'm saying.
No, sir, the officer gave all the information.
Yes? Mr. Singh.
Mr. Singh, listen to me, please.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try one last time.
Okay, sir.
One last time. I want you to put your hand up in the air again where I can see.
Sorry, I didn't realize I was hiding the whole time.
You swear under penalties of perjury that the testimony you will give in these proceedings will be the whole truth. So help you God.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yes?
Yes.
You understand you're under oath now, right?
Yeah, I want to say something.
All right, I understand, but you understand you're under oath, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead, counsel, ask him questions.
All right, Mr. Bobendeep, when you got pulled over, did you get pulled over back on February 19th in the morning on February 19th, you got pulled over?
Yes, sir.
And and you recognize Mr. Cope or the police officer Cope that's present today?
Judge is banging his head on his desk.
When he came to the window, what did you tell him?
Sir, I was holding my wallet in my hand. This is my wallet. You can check it.
All right.
Okay. I was holding my wallet and I was like just scratching my head like this and thinking and driving. So once the officer pulled me over, so I immediately pull on the right side and I want to say, like, if I am, officer blame me like I'm using phone. If I am using the phone, how can I stop immediately? How can I drive constantly?
Mr. Bobendeep, I'm not asking you to ask us questions. I'm simply asking you, what did you tell the officer when he pulled you over?
I said, like, sir, I was like doing scratching with my wallet on my head. So I'm not using the phone. My phone is on the map. So I'm seeing map on the phone. It's on the like on his position. So I'm not using the phone because I'm not old from here. So I'm driving a truck. So I don't know the routes. So that's why I have to see the map. So my phone has a map. I don't use the phone.
Mr. Bobendeep, stop. When you say you're using the map on the phone was connected to a holder in your truck. Is that right?
Yeah.
And you're telling us at no time, did you ever use your cell phone while you were driving that day?
No, sir.
Did you point out your cell phone on the truck when the trooper approached your vehicle?
Sorry?
Listen to my question. He pulls up, right? Pulls you over. Mr. Bobendeep, can you understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes, sir.
The trooper pulls you over, right?
Yeah.
He tells you that you were operating a commercial vehicle with a handheld device, a phone, right?
Yeah.
You said your phone was kind of on the dash so that you, am I understanding? I want to make sure I'm understanding correctly. It was on the dash, upward near the dash, where and you had it on Google Maps, driving directions, right? So you could tell where you were going or not?
When I start my trip, I just fill the map where I have to go. I selected everything and I put my phone over there. After that, I was following that map.
Where was the phone at when he approached your vehicle?
Sorry?
Where was the phone when he approached your vehicle?
My phone was on the same, on the dashboard.
Did you show him show him?
Yeah, I show him. It was connected with the wire, with the charging cable and put on the dashboard.
Okay, did you have it affixed onto the dashboard in some kind of a...
Yeah.
So you had some kind of a device that was holding your phone on the dash?
Yeah. I show him.
Is that true, officer?
Yes.
Dismiss.
And one thing more, sir, I have officer point to be noted, officer just said I check his law book, even though officer did not know he haven't checked my law book or not on that day. He said he checked, but he didn't check.
And the officer lied about
he
the
just gave me
check.
ticket and ran off.
And he
Why
lied
are
about
you scratching your head or face with the wallet? That's a little unique. Tell me why you would do that.
Sir, it's like normally like if I feel like something, so I was like while driving, so I was like thinking something and driving, and if I feel like, then I'll do. That's it. It's normally, sir. It's not like something to be, because while driving we drink water as well. We can do like if I am having wallet, then I can do that, sir.
Questions of him? I'm sorry, are you done, Mr. Singh, or I interjected?
Yes, I have no further questions. I'm satisfied.
Just briefly, Judge. Mr. Singh, were you on the phone while you were driving?
No, sir.
Not necessarily holding it, but were you on the phone? Were you talking to somebody on the phone?
No.
Were you using it for maps?
Sorry?
You were using it for maps?
Raps?
You're using it to show you where to go, right?
Were you using Apple Maps or some sort of navigation system on it?
I use Google Maps, sir.
Google Maps?
That's what, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and at any point during this drive, did you pick up the phone to look at it to see where you were heading?
Sorry?
Did you ever pick up your phone and look at it to see where you were going?
No.
Are you sure? You're under oath. Are you sure?
My phone was on the...
Listen to my question, Mr. Singh.
Yeah.
Did you ever pick up that phone and look at it to see where you should be going or where you were going?
Yeah, I was following the location.
Okay, so you did pick up the phone to look at the location, correct?
No, I haven't picked up the phone.
You didn't? So when you put the address in the phone, was it in the stand?
Yeah, sir.
So you put the phone in the holder and then you typed in the address?
Yeah.
Okay, what color is this holder?
Sir, it was like given like already put by the company, and it was already inside the like on his position in the truck.
And was your phone shaped in a rectangular shape?
Sir, it's...
You have your phone with you?
Space near the dash.
You have your phone
We already put over there.
He's on his
You
phone.
have your phone with you?
Yeah, I'm like doing this.
Let me see your phone. Put it up to the screen.
I believe he's using it to do this little hearing.
Oh,
Hold it up to the bathroom
I
mirror.
see.
I'm gonna ask my question one more time. Is your phone?
Sir, I have only one phone, and I'm doing the Zoom meeting on it. I never did that
I'm
before.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I understand. Sir,
No, it's...
is the shape of your phone consistent with a rectangular?
It's kind of, it's iPhone 15 Pro.
You said it's an iPhone 15?
Sorry?
You said it's an iPhone?
Yeah, 15 Pro something. Yeah.
The judge is livid. He hates
Carol,
this.
take your hat off when your case is called, please.
Yeah.
I apologize, Your Honor.
It's all right. Anything else? Counsel?
No, thank you.
No, I understand. I'm just thinking, Judge.
Okay.
Sir, can you describe your vehicle? What type of vehicle is it? Mr. Stingo, what type of vehicle were you driving on the day in question?
It was for Volvo vehicle, semi-truck trailer, and I was driving.
You were driving and you're a CDL holder, correct?
Yeah. It was in white color.
Okay, but you're a CDL holder?
Yes, sir.
Anything else?
No,
Anything else, Mr. Sanger?
No, thank you. Stand submitted before the
Any
court.
other witnesses, Mr. Sanger?
Yeah, I want to say something, sir.
No, you can't. Any other witnesses, Mr. Sanger?
No, thank you, Judge. We stand submitted.
Any argument?
No, I'll defer
Stand on the
to
record.
Any argument, Mr. Sanger?
Stand on the record.
Trooper, I don't think you did anything wrong here. I don't think you're lying to me in the least. Honestly, I think you're very understanding and all that, but I gotta tell you, he sounds awful convincing. I think you might have been mistaken on this one. I'm sorry. I'm gonna find you not responsible, Mr. Singh. Not responsible is charged following a hearing. Make sure you're not using your phone. If you were, you fooled me. Good luck. Thanks, Mr. Sanger. Thanks, Trooper. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Ayden Carroll.
Yes, sir.
72957.
Oh my God.
Where's Ms. Jones at?
I'm right here, Your Honor. I was trying to get my camera on here.
Your appearance?
If it please the court, Attorney Sharon Jones, P number 57113, on
Mr.
behalf of
Carroll?
Mr. Carroll.
Mr. Carroll, your name?
Larry Carroll.
All right, so you want an adjournment for a week, counsel?
If you can give us more time than that, Your Honor, we're negotiating a
Well, here's what I'll
resolution.
do. I'll set it for a PCC for next week and an exam the week after. How's that? My state docket ends the end of April. I really want to get these out of here.
Sure.
There's just taking over the state and then we start to run into each other. Is that good? The 22nd, 29th?
The 20, yes, can it be later in the morning on the
I'll be
22nd?
glad to accommodate you the best I can. Mr. Carroll, your lawyer wants an adjournment. She needs to prepare. She wants to have further plea discussions. If I grant a request, that means that the probable cause conference will not take place within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. You have the right to a probable cause conference within 14 days of the date of the arraignment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Do you wish to give up that right?
I'm agreeing to whatever we need to do here. We can do the PC next week.
Do you waive that right?
Yes, sir.
Anybody force you to do that?
No, sir.
Waivers accepted, April 22nd at 8:30. You want it later in next week or the week after?
Next week, if it could be late in the morning.
How about 11 o'clock?
That sounds great. Thank you.
I'll give you 11 o'clock and then the exam will be April 29th at 10:30.
Will that be through Zoom as well on the 22nd?
Yeah, on the 22nd it will.
Okay.
I'm getting tired of Zoom. All right. I will do that for you guys, though. Thank you.
I'm getting
Anything
tired.
else, Ms. Jones?
Getting tired.
No,
of
thank
Zoom.
you, Your Honor.
Have a good day. Good luck. What else do I have in there? Mr. Shemke, here's the issue I have with this. Come on up here. Thomas Robert Lisbon, 25W706462. Here's the only question. Your appearance again?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Sheck, here on behalf of my client. Your Honor, should we get the prosecutor in here?
No. I want you to go talk to him. Your name?
Thomas Robert Blisman.
Okay, so here's the only thing. I want to make sure, the rest of this looks fine. I have a problem with some of this still. This is what I'm trying to tell you. I don't do these conditional pleas. He wants me to dismiss the OWI 3 at the time of sentencing, which is fine. But here's the issue that I have is, let me just find it. What happens here if he goes through the bond conditions and we don't accept him in the program? Is the prosecutor going to still reduce this to OWI 2? That's what the plea was, right?
Correct.
Is the prosecutor still going to reduce it to OWI 2 and your client understand that he's probably going to get a significant jail term if he doesn't get through the bond conditions? Because I'm going to realize he got the benefit of a 5-year felony reduced to a 1-year misdemeanor. If he does, that's all I want to know.
Would it be advantageous for us to adjourn the matter so we can apply to sobriety court?
It's going to take 5 weeks, and I don't want to go through that much time. I think you need to iron that out. What happens if he applies to sobriety court and the case is dismissed, I'm not going to do a conditional plea. I've told him that too. So I'll take the plea and I'll send him to sobriety court for bond conditions. And if he doesn't get through, he's going to understand your client is there's going to be a significant jail term. If he does get through the bond conditions and I accept them, I may not even give the 60 or 90 days that the prosecutor wants.
I made sure that was in there, that jail is not mandatory, obviously, because we didn't want there to be anything that would put you under any requirements.
No, I get it. I mean, listen, it's just that they constantly are saying this, if there's convicted crime, that they're going to get a year, they don't complete the program. That's my issue with it. I've been telling them that for 7 years. I mean, I can't, in good conscience, take a plea agreement where it says if somebody's convicted of a crime, which could include, no ops, improper play, expired license, that I'm supposed to give them a year? Well, even if it's suspended or reckless, I'm not going to do that.
Well, absolutely, and that's why, with that condition being removed from the plea agreement.
I know.
Is there anything else?
No, the only thing I'm worried about is I want there to be a clear understanding as to what happens if he's reduced, if it's pled from OWI 3 to OWI 2, right? And he doesn't get through our sobriety court bond conditions, or we decide not to accept. I need a clear understanding on what's going to happen then. In my view, the way it should work is he still gets OWI 2, but he needs to understand he's going to get a lengthy jail term because I'm going to think he was playing the system a little bit, okay? But if it's OWI 3 to 2 and he gets through, I'm going to be fair with him. But I don't want them to say, well, if he doesn't get through the bond conditions, you don't accept him on the plea. This is all out the window. Then we're talking about having another preliminary exam 6 or 7 weeks from then. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's my feeling. I mean, if that isn't good enough, that's okay. They can go downtown and then do sobriety court there. I'd love to have him. Seems like a nice man. I think we can help him. But,
so I'll see if he's willing to.
We're going to adjourn it 1 week. That's what I'm doing.
That being said, with an adjournment, I'm asking that if the PCC, we've already waived the time provision so that the next week is a PCC. I don't want unnecessary witnesses being called in.
PCC, April the 22nd at 9:30. Preliminary exam, April 29th at 11. So I know that that's a bone of contention. They stopped worrying about that, but defendants hopefully are going to be serious enough to understand this now. I'm going to urge you to take them over to probation and have them explain the whole situation to them, exactly what's entailed.
Understood.
Okay? And if they don't want to live with that, they want them to be able to withdraw their offer, then they're going to have to take it downtown and let that sobriety court judge deal with it. Okay?
Understood.
Thanks. Mr. Cripps, what are we doing on yours? I don't have a stick form. Timothy Nicholas, Gary, 248-718-518. Mr. Cripps, good morning. Your name?
Paging Mr. Cripps.
Where's Mr. Cripps at?
He's not here anymore.
Mr. Finn, what are you at?
He's gone.
I have Brian Knotts.
No, you had Brian Knotts and you didn't show up.
They said that they'd send it over to you.
Lisa, do you know where this Mr. Cripps went by chance?
Brian was here. You were not.
I do not, but we already did Brian not.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Let me look at it real quick. I think he had a retained attorney.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a retained attorney.
And it's not you, right, Mr. Finn?
It is me.
Oh, I have Miss Bates in here. I don't have anything from Mr. Finn.
You sent it to me.
Miss Bates handled it.
But you sent it to me.
I sent what to you?
The documentation regarding the Brownstown Police Department field report.
I didn't send anything to you.
You did. I'm looking at it.
I'm just a clerk at the court. I didn't.
I'm unclear exactly who did it, but I did receive.
Did you file an appearance in that case, Mr. Finn?
No. I just got hired yesterday.
Well, you got to tell us. You got to file appearances. We didn't know Miss Bates was here. I got rid of that 20 minutes ago. I don't know what to tell you. You got to file an appearance. We have no idea what case you're on. File your appearance.
Okay.
And talk to Ms. Bates, and you guys can do a substitution, stipulated order for substitution of attorneys, okay?
All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, what else do I have out here?
Mr. Finn.
This gentleman had an issue with one of his dates, Mr. Marchina.
Is a retained attorney.
You gave it to him, but he had a question about it.
So, do you have a lawyer?
That means the defendant went
He was
out
pro
and paid him
I
to
don't
be
know
here.
who his attorney was.
Didn't show up.
It was Carmen.
You gave him April 22nd. He asked for a later date. You said no, and then he came down here and said he has another court date, April 22nd.
Family court.
What time?
9 o'clock.
I don't know what to tell you. Is that an exam, Lisa?
No, it was the domestic where Tony had a conflict, so I have to get another attorney.
And I gave him what day?
You adjourned it to 4/22 at 9:15.
This is real time. This is live.
That was just a regular misdemeanor domestic, right?
Yes. But he wasn't arraigned because of the attorney issue.
I see. Give him the 29th.
Okay.
Thanks. You can go down and give it in the notice. Mr. Cripps, are you there?
He gone, Judge.
He's coming in now. He just came back.
This is the next search.
Where's Mr. Carey at? Timothy Carey? Timothy Nicholas Carey? 247-9518. Good morning, Mr. Cripps. Your appearance?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. David Cripps, P34972, appearing on behalf of Timothy Carey.
It's already afternoon. I can tell you it's gone crazy here this morning. Mr. Carey, your name?
Judge, I don't know if Mr. Carey's on Zoom. I haven't had any contact.
I see a T. Carey here, Carey T, so it's got to be him.
Yep, I'm here.
Mr. Carey, your name?
Timothy Carey.
All right, so he's here. I don't have a stip for him. What are you guys doing on this, Mr. Cripps?
Could I have a breakout room with him briefly, Judge?
Sure. And then I'm going to get off the bench for 5 minutes, and then I'll be back. So as soon as you're done, I should be able to call it, okay? Thanks.
Thank you.
What a morning. What a morning. I don't think we're going to stick around for that last one. We have Lori Vallow is about to kick off, maybe in half an hour or so, I think is when it starts. So we have that coming up that we might jump to. We might take a brief half-hour lunch break and catch some Lori Vallow. We are waiting tonight. Tonight, I think, let's see, the schedule looks like about 7 o'clock tonight. We might get the update on jury selection in the Karen Reed trial. See if they got their 2 jurors. See if they got everybody that they need for the day. If they're able to begin with the hearing tomorrow for Karen Reed for day 1 with opening statements. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Let's take a peek at the Twitterverse. Let's see what it says. The latest and greatest on Karen Reed. Trying to fill those last 2 of the 6 alternate slots. Not seeing any update. So, possibly not yet. Nothing yet. It's all about short lunch. What a morning. It's been crazy. I know, Amber, you've got a crazy day going on as well. Lori Vallow's going to start at 1:45 p.m., so that gives us almost 45 minutes for lunch, which is pretty good. He just eat his prime rib on the bench. That's what he's having. Uber Eats has arrived. The judge is going to grab a quick bite to eat. All right, let's... when we come back, we're going to do... A little visit to Lori Vallow. The where we are in the Lori Vallow case, we're not following it day by day, but we like to pop in occasionally and see where it's at. The state looks to be resting by Thursday in that case, so it'll be back over to defense, and I think she's going to call some witnesses. It could be crazy. I don't know. Maybe she'll take the stand. That would be wild. Yeah, so lots more drama to come in that. Give me a second. Let me make get the portal ready. We're covering Karen Reed, but right now they're doing jury selection, which is not televised. So once the jury is seated, we'll be covering it gavel to gavel. But in the break, we'll visit Lori. Alrighty, there we go.
I was kicked back, taking it easy.
All right. The new one is created. I'll go ahead and create the portal. Wait for it. We can portal over and we'll all watch together. But I do recommend you get some lunch. Get some lunch. I think I did the right one. Hopefully not. Hopefully I didn't mess it up. We'll let these guys sort of decide it out on their own. They're going to be fine. When we come back, we're going to have a little Lori Vallow in court. And it's always good. It's always wild. It's crazy. All right, tonight when you go home, please hug the people you love, smile at someone, make their day just a little bit better, and please stay safe till we go live again in about half an hour, 35 minutes. Mrs. R.A. took the kids to the aquarium today. It's one of those science trip days. So I've got to scrounge on my own for some food. I'm thinking it's going to be like saltine crackers, hot sauce, and yogurt. That's going to be my lunch, I think. Walker says, "You're impressed with your commitment to this channel. I love it. I love the community. Thank you very much. Appreciate it." Mrs. R.A. took the kids. Yes, she did. They gone. I think they went to. They were going to go to Outer Banks because there are two aquariums. There's one in Outer Banks. There's one in Pine Knoll Shores. I'm not sure which one they went to. Possibly Pine Knolls. Both of them beautiful, amazing aquariums. Kids love them. I love them. I mean, where else can you get pictures of a shark inches from your face and have no risk whatsoever? It's pretty good. Amber, call me over lunch. That would be great. Other than that, let's take a quick break. I'll have to get this soundbite working. I think we've got...
Yeah, I put him in a breakout room a while ago. He spoke with him.
All right, we'll get that figured out. All right, we'll see you guys after the break. Have a good one.